Damn, Tower Kills GPM got me good points. First Blood got me nothing. Oh, shit. Morning. Oh, what? Why did I randomly get that? Okay.
Something that was just like more of a flex pick, and they know that 9 class can play it. But nope, they legitimately have just discovered some tech with this hero. The amount of stuff that you can do on the map, jumping around the trees, sniping couriers, you know, cutting waves. You can now do this twofold with the Dominator creep, even in this clip using the Troll Summoner creeps to block
Because
imps.
it's tied yesterday,
Like,
parlay failed.
pure chaos that he
Oh, I
created
had
in this
them
game
plus
was
1.5, right?
that, I don't know. I mean, Monkey King's got.
No.
You need to start thinking about this hero if you're playing.
The only prediction I had wrong in my daily
this, right,
predictions
before
was
you need to be
Tundra
able to do two
getting a
things. Number
map
one, you
off
need to be able
extreme.
to infiltrate into
The rest I
enemies
had
very
correct.
easily, someone like a Monkey King.
Because I said
And number
Falcons
two,
is
you
going to
need
be
able
tied
to
bound.
have a spell to push out waves to farm. Also Monkey King. That's why he's one of probably the best heroes to be able to do this on a supporting role.
Yeah, this is what I like to see. You know, coming into TI, not many people probably expected that Helm of the Dominator is gonna be maybe a week ago, but let's rewind a month ago. Nobody would be talking about this item maybe on Marcy, but now you have this upgraded Helm of the Dominator with the things that the 9 class did. So this is the beauty of the game, you know, just taking an idea and making it even better.
I remember seeing a Reddit
Plays
post
map one
that
tied
had
win.
three
They
heroes
fuck.
with
Oh,
the
okay.
Helm Bomb, and it was like Beast, Lycan, and Marcy. And the post was like, this item needs to be reworked. Like, it's so bad. And now it's legit, like, every hero. Like, any hero we can find to use that, we're going to use it.
Yeah, now we're branching it into supports, finding different ways to use it. That was Purge, you know, he was digging through all of the footage, he found that for us, and it was just so amazing. You want to bring it up again, you kind of got to keep talking about it. Everyone's trying to min-max here, and sometimes that's happening in the draft as well. We're looking towards standout heroes that are, you know, on the extreme ends of win rates or potentially even uncontested altogether. Yesterday, it was so much fun to have 2 brand new heroes at the International. Clinks,
Troll is going wild.
You know, emphasizing uncontested. That means not even banned. Teams won't even worry about banning it, and then they come out and we get them picked in the first 2 series.
And I think Crystal Maiden was an attempted answer to the Dominator meta that we were talking about, but honestly, the Frostbite didn't seem like enough. I think it would get the tank like 50% HP, and then it would just run off.
Today, I could, yeah, I'll throw them in there, but I won't.
Really want to commit the TP until he's certain that the
I'm not gonna fight, like, look at the
And the other thing I
specific
feel YCM could be good right now
stats. I'm just gonna look at the teams because I,
So CM needs a melee
yeah, I'm
champion
getting
that
kind of
can help
annoyed
her
with
get
having to look up
because
what
CM
the
is really good
You
late
guys
game.
are talking about the
funds
wrong
are
hero.
that
This
you
is Thrall
they could
Warlord.
win.
10 out of 10 games.
I'll
won.
just
I don't
base
think
it
this
off
ever
of
happened. I don't think
DLTV
there was ever
stats.
a meta or a tournament where the Troll Warlord did have this amount of games played and did win a single one. Because this was always like a meme hero, especially with his ulti. It's one of the
Tundra
funniest things to see
versus
when he's getting
Heroic.
batted. We saw some of it yesterday as well, even though they did
Heroic
lose that
plus
game. It's
1.5.
still a very strong fighter. It gives you ability to
Over
farm
Tundra.
fast, join some of the fights.
But I
as
do
well,
think
where
Tundra
multiple
is
items
going
that
to
you can go
win.
for that feel really nice in this meta. Carry to carry
Enigma
matchup. Troll's gonna
versus
be winning most of them as
Tidebound.
well.
I think also just delayed death is
Tide's
an
gonna beat
inherently
Enigma.
broken concept. It's just that with Troll, you need a lot of items.
Extreme
to
versus
delay the
Parry.
death and actually do something with
Parry
it because
is
you're,
gonna beat
like, literally
Extreme.
running in there while you're delaying the death. But we've seen, you know, like Dazzle was part of the meta for a long time.
Helm of the Undying, part of the meta.
Helm of the Undying. This is one of the most broken neutral item. We saw Abaddon getting picked up yesterday. This is like one of the top tier meta heroes. Like, there's just so much overwhelming damage right now that literally delaying your death is very imba. And I think the meta, Troll is allowed to get to that point currently. And like every game that it's played, he gets to the 40-minute plus part of the game, and then he eventually wins. Even if we see like goofy feeding happening early game, eventually he gets to the point where it feels like he's unstoppable.
Yeah, games just having a longer average length at this international, but going that distance that you're talking about, him being able to find the farm, the space to get those items. The inverse of that, though, that we saw on the graphic, Winter, was Timbersaw. Completely opposite, right? 8 games, but a 0% win rate now. Like, what has happened to this hero for it to now feel like it's not working for any team, because a lot of teams have picked it up?
I mean, I think the hero kind of has like a weird phase in the game where he's really strong. When he's weak early, then suddenly he's strong in the late game. But after that, he kind of falls off very, very hard when you don't get the spell for your agony. Yeah. But also it could be something to do with the recent change, because people that played Timbersaw a long time have this muscle memory where you actually move your chain so you can actually reach further. And now that it got removed from the game or fixed, and people are like, going to take some time to get used to it. So players are maybe losing more than because of that.
Right, so the mobility isn't as big, and your get out of jail free card isn't really there like this.
Yeah, I think so.
Does that feel the same to you, Lacoste, when we look at Timbersaw?
Yeah, probably. Timbersaw is you know, some of the teams here that are still
There we go.
that do like to play Timbersaw. And
Up the
it's
base
very
area.
challenging,
That's what I
especially
needed.
Talking about Falcon.
I mean, this is a really stupidly strong spell.
This was my
Whatever the fuck it's called.
I had the exact same thoughts. Like, if Amar doesn't want to play Timber, like, he will literally call this hero like hot garbage. He will say in interviews, it's a garbage hero, I'm just going to pick it. He does the same thing with Bristleback right now. And it's like, if he is not picking it, then it's really bad. And I totally agree with the muscle memory. Like, every time Timbersaw's range on AW gets increased, the win rate goes down. I mean, huge. Like, it's meta. Every time it goes down, the win rate goes down significantly. Like, there are just some changes in Dota where you see this like cyclical nature, and effectively with the bug fix, the range on it went down. So you see the cyclical nature of the win rate's going to be down.
Okay, all right. Well, let's move away from that a little bit more, because the joy of yesterday, seeing some uncontested heroes popped up, it made us want to look at which heroes are still left uncontested. That teams, I don't know, might want a refresher that they do still exist in this game.
Some of these are really good.
They're good, yeah. I would say that Vintage, we're going to be seeing Tundra play a game today. They are the ones that could be still picking this hero. I also think that Venomancer definitely has a place in meta.
Yeah,
Toby's in there. It's one of the more annoying heroes who can control the map. So
It would be pretty interesting to see Toby Venomancer +5.
The map, unless you're using the smoke, and those are also limited.
The greedy as fuck farm
I don't
Venom.
think this hero is that bad.
I think Amar Viper, like, this hero dumpsters Ursa and lane, dumpsters Sven in lane and in the game. And these are like 2 really popular player picks. I feel like Amar's
I want to go garlic,
And where's this
but
Skywrath
it's
mate?
better than the other ones. So then I'd probably need the HP regen one. Oh crap.
Have Skywrath mage mid, and people are too scared to bring it out at TI. It's so good.
We're talking about teens or people being scared to bring it out, but I remember in the interview yesterday, Vision Ducalis was like, yeah, there's some new things we're trying. We're scrimming with it, we've been altering and having a little bit of a go. Winter, do you think that's a sort of hero that's on the card, or it's still something that's in the meta that they just
I
don't?
kill that stupid
I
thing.
believe it if he shows it. You know? Like, you can say whatever you want. We have 10,000 heroes behind this. You know, we still have a lot of strategies, but I will only believe it once they use it. You know, with Skyrath, I kind of felt like the hero had a lot of like potential initially when I saw the changes to the shard and everything. I've seen some players spam it in pubs, especially as mid, but the issue of the hero still remains the same, right? He falls off really, really hard once there's all these pipes, BKBs coming up, and then it feels like in a game, if you have 1 death or 2 death, you kind of just lose the game.
I think the Dominator meta also does not suit him.
He doesn't like
He does
that.
not like playing into summons, but it just does so much damage that I feel like it's worth making.
He's
up for.
fun. Okay.
He's really fun, and it's the problem is,
It's not about fun, Jake. It's about winning.
well, no one is not the P-Vision like playing weird hero player,
Person.
right? That would be 9 class, and 9 class has got his Alchemist and his Monkey Kings that he's enjoying right now. You know, we're asking like, where's the 9 class Pudge as well? Pudge seems pretty decent in the meta. We're seeing Whisper play, but they're just like higher priority for these kind of.
Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
would
dun,
actually
dun.
like to see when our teams are playing, because we are going to be seeing all of our top 8 take the stage again today. It is going to be starting off with the elimination. At the end of the day, we're going to be saying goodbye to our first 2 teams here at the International. But on the flip side of that one, look, we're going to be having our first 2 teams securing themselves a top 3 position.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting one.
I'm actually
especially
curious if Stone Mask
the
upgrades into
best
anything,
stream game
really.
against P-Vision.
Probably not,
It's
but
very difficult to choose which team
Oh, maybe it does.
Because Division, they are showing some great strategies coming out. They have a couple of strategies also in the back of their heads if they want to bang it out. The Extreme Gaming as well, they're not afraid. This is Xiao 8 we're talking about, so you can expect them, especially if you go to the distance. If you're going to that game 3, that there's going to be some really new and exciting heroes coming out.
The Tidebound Enigma Galaxy elimination matchup as well. It could have been a coin toss at any point taken if it was going to be Enigma Galaxy or BG team that they were going up against. So it feels like he had the least amount of time to prepare for that one.
Yeah, that's a really close one as well, because I feel like Tidebound is also the type of team that can just get like 2-0 stomped and then come back the next day and be the best team. Like,
I don't.
the most likely team to win the whole thing.
Personally, I'm expecting Tidebound to. It wouldn't surprise me if Tidebound gets eliminated today.
It feels like, as far as my memory can remember, it's been majority teams from the upper bracket that have gone on to win. And so we collated all of the data for you guys there. And in the history of the internationals, there have been 4 teams that have gone on to lift the aegis from the lower bracket. Out of 13.
It is very rare that this happens.
I will say though, out of those 4, we've had 2 teams. It was Spirit and Liquid in their respective years that they won. They were upper bracket, immediately dropped to lower bracket, and went all the way on to win. So it felt like, not round 1, but essentially from the beginning, they were running that lower bracket.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that you need to play. These are 4v3s and the best of 5 that you need to win, and they're also showing most of your strategies as well, so you're giving out that data to the other teams as well, showing.
There we go. Another treasure, another bunch of gold. Oh, another garlic level.
Mentioning that when there was the what was the pre-TI tournament? The
Last chance qualifiers.
The last chance qualifiers. We had the grand final.
That was the Singapore TI that you're talking about, right?
The Singapore TI. So it's there is the argument that like amount of games played does play a huge factor. And like, is a team very dominant? But in that case, there was also a lot more time to process those games. Now we have 2 days left after this one. Is there enough time to process?
Yeah, I would argue it could be good for you. So you
Maybe I should have picked up the cooldown reduction.
You have more time to figure out what and
But I need more gold anyway, so.
see more of yourself, and then you have to. That's always during the long periods of the initial stages of the tournament, you're gonna have to try something that you see on the screen. But when you go to the tournament, you see something else, then you have to decide what do you have to adjust, right? So getting those games under your belt is always, I think, a good thing.
Well, it's going to start for one of these teams, right? We do have our first elimination up on the table to begin our day with here. Our day number 2, it's Tundra up against the road. We're going to start talking about...
It's going to take a long time.
The team that was representing the Americas, right? Our sole South American team making it into a top 8. We wanted to reflect back, see exactly what their previous TI results have been, and if this is rivaling it, and it is, right? One of the best that they had was back in TI 11, that 5th, 6th position.
Thunder Awaken at TI 11.
I'm gonna try with the armor. Maybe that upgrades one of the
infamous TI 9, which
skin thingies.
And then you also had the Beast Ghost getting 7th and 8th place at TI 11.
Let's go, Tundra. Time to take out the trash.
Also
Wow.
TI
Toxic, bro. Toxic. Gonna cast all 4? No, girlfriend. I'm gonna have... My girlfriend's birthday is Tuesday, but I'm getting family visiting tomorrow. So I gotta get cake, and I gotta get... I'm going to the store later today as well to get food. I might do a couple, but I also have shit to do today. Honestly, this weekend is really tough because of the GF. Just in general, I got lots of shit to do. But I'll try as many as I can. You get cake and all the stuff, then come back. Yeah, I think I'll do that. After this series, I think I'm gonna go get cake and stuff. And then I will miss part of the second series, I think. But the Extreme versus Perry match, I mean, that could be a grand final right there. To be fair, my prediction is that Falcons is gonna be in the finals. think.
I could see them having the
Can't remember what my prediction exactly was.
This is the tournament that we're doing really well in, but we don't want to just have one of those series where it's close but we drop out. You know, like we're so close, and this is like figuring out where the blocks are.
Fuck you
Are there any
with your
blocks?
vampires in another coffin.
Having those talks with this team and getting those solved.
I actually ran into Caps this morning in the elevator. I was like,
Well,
"Oh,
at least
it's
I have
now," and
Giovanna
it's
Grana.
before 7 a.m.
No.
And I was really surprised to see him. I knew they're playing the first game, but to see him awake that early, like walking to the
Whatever the
practice
fuck
room,
that may be.
these guys are just doing so much to be able to prepare themselves, despite it being an early series, despite it being one of the first games of the day.
Yeah, I think a lot of the work has to really fall into Cavs on the based on recent results. So from the road to the international to right now the playoffs, every game they played, every series they played, either they won 2-0 or they lose 2-0. So the first game actually determines, I think, a lot for them whether the for that series works or it doesn't work. Because it seems like they are not really good at adjusting mid-series, or maybe they don't have a lot of very variety to change during the match. So I think the first game is going to be really, really important.
Up until yesterday, they had 8 wins straight in a row.
Dude, I watched the Packers yesterday. They're gonna be Super Bowl champions this year. God, they're good.
I would say they've been struggling with throughout the whole year. And yesterday they let that Monkey King go through twice when they played. And I think it's going to be more about the matches, what they think it's going to be strong, how much they're willing to learn from what happened yesterday. Not just from their own series, but also watching the other series and try to adapt because meta is constantly evolving.
I will say a part of that 8-game win streak you mentioned was 2-0 in Tundra. We also saw briefly there, right? They've already faced off against each other in the road to the international playoffs, and that very heavily went to the favor of Tundra.
Yeah, one thing interesting about that particular series as well, Tundra had same open bans against them in that series, but Heroic they have 10 different heroes in that series against Tundra. They picked 10 different heroes even though their opponent started the bans with the same bans for
God, there's so many of these
I
fucks.
don't know, like, how much can you look into that? How much does that change? Like,
I have
was it
one
just
slot
so
left. Do I go for the
was it
King
they were
Bible?
trying to cover too much?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it could also mean that they have a philosophy that they don't want to play the same thing over again.
Yes, I think so.
I think there's also
More AoE around me is pretty nice to have.
the coaches. You have Moon versus Caps. Yesterday we had Caps versus Stini. These are players who have played together for like a decade, right? Like a lot of the coaches that are still remaining are NA and SA coaches, so they know how each other think. So
you're talking about now the Moon and the Caps matchup.
yes, it's like
And they're familiar.
it's like of course we're gonna talk about Stini and Caps, both just really big rank coaches, but Caps.
What do you have on your carry?
It's Caps
Satanic.
also been playing
I got.
on the same
I'll
server
show
for
you.
a decade. They know each
I hate the fact that I didn't have more rerolls because I knew this was going to be the case. First Blood and both Malrine and Satanic are 0, but Satanic got me 38k. Malrine got me 24, but I got barely anything from 9 class. Courier kills, Lotus's gain, because he was playing Monkey King, so he's not in the lane that much. Observer wards planted. I'm surprised this was that low. Tormentor kills, runes grabbed. I got a decent amount of points, but I'm like 5th on my from my friends list, but it's just not enough. I did get in my predictions the first day correct, but I do think that today a bunch of shit, because I think I should have actually had Falcons beat Bedboom, because Bedboom looked very shit yesterday. You get the free Arcana at like 90th percentile, and I'm currently 91st while fucking up in the previous, so 90% you should pretty much get, but I want this. I want 50% off. Preferably this, but that's impossible, but I want the 50% off thing. And also the free Tyrion Regalia, because that's kind of cool. Though I don't play any of those heroes, so it would just be there for shits and giggles.
We all hold sacred. The triumphs we still celebrate. The legends we will forever revere. It summons the world's
9 chests
finest
immortal, no one is
contenders.
expensive, so that would be worth.
allowing us,
Yeah, maybe.
empowering us to honor the giants of the past, to realize the magic
Oh,
of the
2
present,
upgrades on that one. And a garlic
to
upgrade.
witness the origins of the epic stories of tomorrow. Now we gather at the final proving ground, where the path to victory is ever-changing. But the cheers of the arena will always guide the way.
I run right through these bricks.
Champions arrives.
Because these are pretty easy.
Germany. A beacon of challenge.
Okay, these ones take a little bit longer to kill. So I gotta be a bit more careful.
8 teams compete for ultimate glory. Only one can seize immortality. Who will emerge victorious? The battle begins.
Our top 8 after this will be dwindled down to a top 7. Tundra up against Heroic coming into it. Jenkins coming back out to the stage for day number 2 as well. Does that make the emotions higher, or did you just stabilizing now?
I don't know if they can stabilize. I mean, this is the international we're talking about, but I don't know. I don't know if this team wants to be stable anyway. Like, they play the best when there is chaos. For Tundra, yeah, they want to be
Okay,
stable.
now
but
I
think
do
they're
need
more
to be
likely
very
to
careful
stable
because they're starting to hurt me.
You know, you got 33 on that team. This is the only potential 3-time TI winner. So if there's anybody that's going to bring stability to his team, it's this guy.
Well, I don't want to leave our audience waiting any longer, and definitely not our teams either. We want to bring them out on stage, so let's kick off with our first team, Tundra.
Oh, there's a bat there.
Tundra
Esports. Bum 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 bum.
These 5 players are now facing up against elimination.
I hate that they do the elimination games in the evening though. Sorry, in the morning. I'd rather have them in the evening.
They've done it before for themselves, so this time around, this is going to be a different story. They're going to be having to come up against some tough competition in the name of Heroic.
Bum 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 bum.
Choose wisely and crush those responsible.
Bum 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 bum.
Heroic!
Oh, I took a lot of damage there.
Representing the South American region, had a bit of a struggle yesterday. However, today there is still a chance to continue on.
I mean, yesterday they played against fucking top,
Three of these players have already bested their previous results.
fucking top tier Steenie.
They want more. This team is hungry, and it's there for their taking if they're able to step up and bring it to Tundra today.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, this is a brutal and emotional series. Either we are losing one of the most fun teams to watch in Heroic in the remaining South American pride,
Oh,
or
Tundra.
Tundra, who has the one potential 3-time TI winner in a giga brain genius that is 33. Like this guy invents metas in Dota. So no matter what, going home today will be a very significant team.
I mean, don't forget about 333. 3PI.
I will not forget about 3PI. You keep reminding me.
He loves them. I'm telling you, Winter is such a fan of the numerology there, all the stars aligning. Some could potentially say there, Lacoste.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Heroic on the other side, we saw some of the issues that they did have yesterday, and I want to see those issues being fixed, especially in that game number 1 where they didn't have, like, they had very aggressive heroes that they wanted to play. They had Fudge, they had Clockwork, they had Crystal Maiden, so they wanted to be on the other side of the map, but they couldn't really push out the ways, so I think Cass and the crew kind of need to realize, and I hope they did, that something like this cannot be able to happen because their map is getting smaller, they're getting out-farmed areas where you can't farm, like also could get you potentially killed, and I want to see Yuma again on some kind of tempo carry. He's been
Maybe that was a
impressive
mistake.
so far, but he's dictating the tempo of the game. That also
Yeah,
is Heroic
we'll see.
doing
Oh,
well.
Medusa.
One of my favorite offlaners of all time. This guy has been looking super stable throughout the most of his career. Usually he doesn't take as much farm, so he's given enough farm to his mid laner, to his safe laner, and he's building the items that kind of evolve around the team. So this is what I want to see. I think that the dynamic that they did have at the road to the international playoffs did work out for them, and I want to see them replicate that.
No, I totally agree with that. Like, I don't think we need to see any like crazy adjustments from them to see a highly competitive series here. I mean, even after yesterday, Yuma
I'm trying to
number
just
one
kill this stupid Dusa.
average kills per game
Die, you prick.
in this tournament. He has the record, and by a huge margin. It's him with 11 average kills, then Ame, Kiyotaka, Skeeter, and Pure with all like 9. Like
Finally.
8 to 9. So he's much higher. Even with the series yesterday, it was kind of rough for them.
I think Yuma is the best win gate user when it comes down to making the rotations happen. I mean, it also does allow him to play of the heroes that he's playing. You know, he's playing that Monkey King, he's playing that Meepo, so going through the Twin Gates, he's playing Nature's Prophet. It allows him to go in, not necessarily with the Nature's Prophet to go to the Twin Gates, but be very active at the early stages of the game. Like between 6 and 8 minutes, you kind of can't expect him to make this move.
We could talk about gameplay and the weight that the execution has when they do get that draft, but going into it as well, Winter, there's a lot of preparation you can do beforehand. Looking at, do you want to favor a raiding side, a dire side, a first pick, second pick? How exactly you're going to build your draft around having that choice and information?
Okay, now it's getting scary because these monsters
kind of my
are
thing,
slow.
so I like to look at them, and
Trying to kill that
basically what
bat.
we found out is for Tundra, whenever they are last picking Neta's hero, they're winning. You know, whenever they're last picking their mid or the carry, it doesn't really go so well for them. That's why they prefer to be on the first pick side, where they secure Neta's hero early. They don't want to get into a situation where the enemy is banning out all the top tier heroes for Neta, and they can't really figure out what to give him at the end. You know, so I think that should be their plan right now here for Tundra. Whereas Heroic, I'm sure they know about this, and they're going to be trying to devise something to mess this up.
Well, then what about the side of Heroic and their numbers?
I think they're also really, really similar. As you can see here, they are a team that prefers to be on the first pick side. They win a lot more on the first pick, which I think I already brought up slightly yesterday, where I feel like having the 18 pick on the first pick side just gives you a lot more leeway. And whereas nowadays, having the second pick, having the 24th pick, just doesn't feel as
Ooh, I
appealing
just took
as
a lot of
before, because
damage.
teams are really good at using the bans to remove
I don't know from what.
good heroes. So whenever you get to that 24th pick, it's very rare that, oh my god, there's this hero right now. I'm going to pick this hero, we're going to
I'm
win the
almost
game.
dead.
You know, it's just not going to be possible right now. So
My theory on this is that since the Facets patch, there's a lot more answers to those like last pick cheese heroes. You know, you pick Huskar, and there's like something that you can do in the game. Like P-Vision, what they'll do against Huskar is they'll put a sentry in the tier 2 tower in the off lane, so DM can have a lane. And then they dual lane mid, right? So it's like not only have the Facets made it so that you can go for like a less greedy Facet, you know, beat some sort of matchup, but also there are like play options that people have figured out. So having those 2 bans to protect the last pick out of the second phase of picking is just much more valuable for these really good.
I mean, also the sequence, right? I think the sequencing of the pick order has changed a lot. So right now, being on the first pick side, in the first phase, you have 3 bans, but you have the last
get a
ban
heal?
before you pick
No.
your first hero. So that
I get
itself
money.
is already for
Can I
me,
get a
very
heal?
big advantage of being on the first pick side. Because
No.
if you want to, for example, pick something like a Puck, and you know Void Spirit is a counter, you could potentially ban out the Void Spirit on the 8th ban, and then you pick your Puck, something like this, you know. So being on the first pick side definitely feels a lot easier to execute the plan of the team.
Yeah, I
Okay, there's a boss mob here.
Overall class pick doesn't feel as impactful. I think a good example is Mulreen, because he's the best in the world when it comes down to not playing into unfavorable matchup for him. So he's dragging the creep wave, he's manipulating, he's going to be playing his Primal Beast underneath the tier 2 enemy tower in the safe lane, dragging multiple creep waves, plus farming the jungle. So there's ways to play with it, and I think teams overall just got way better at understanding what they need to do in the last ban phase to be able to protect the heroes that they just picked.
Yeah, I think the main takeaway, for at least for Tundra's side, is they need to secure Neta's hero right away. For them to have a really good...
Come on, kill that stupid boss
And then what about
mob.
Heroic? What's their takeaway then?
There we go.
I think for Heroic, they are going to just, I think, do their own thing. If we are going to understand what...
Oh, it's a
their
triple.
play means,
Nice.
they're
That's a
probably
lot
gonna
of
do it
gold.
again. I agree. I feel like whenever you
Oh, that's a
understand
lot of
their
gold.
draft, it means that they don't know what to do, they don't have a plan. But whenever you don't understand their draft, it means that they have something going on. You just have to sit down, relax, and enjoy the game.
Yeah, trust the process. Trust whatever chaos is ensured to follow.
I think so too. And honestly, like, this is how this team functions as well. And it's ironic because both 33 and Analog said in interviews that neither of these two players, and it's completely separate by the way, they don't focus on the results. They just focus on doing the right thing, and then the results that they want will come from them. They're very objective at just focusing on the process, like you said. And I think the process has been working for them, right? Pudge Clockwork off lane and create some chaos. It worked. I think they should have done that game 2 yesterday.
I mean, don't know about rushing Ags.
Go back to that.
Rushing Ags at the clock might have been a bit too much. I think you need something in between.
Minor
One small
changes,
item. Yeah, just have to tweak it. But I want to see...
I mean, yeah, with the
Tundra
Ags, he didn't even get
I
anything
also
done
don't
after
think
that.
Tundra is going to be able to get the hands on Invoker throughout the rest of the tournament. Doesn't matter how many games, how many series they're going to be playing, because they look way too good with it, because they have this Invoker, Helm of the Dom, Drums, Alacrity, plus you have quite potentially another Dominator from the off lane. It's just too good of a momentum coming out from them, but I'm sure they can figure things out, because yesterday they had...
Oh, there's their boss mob again.
Things that they showed, but they unfortunately lost both of these games.
Enough time has passed. These players are sitting in their booths, and there's one thing left to do. Everyone here at Barclays Arena, get ready for our very first series and our first game of the day.
Sports. How much? Oh, I need one more
Yes,
level
we
for the
finally have
garlic.
a draft underway. We don't
Level
have
up.
the secret craft, what preparation these teams have brought to the table. We're going to see it all unfold. Our very first elimination series, Tundra, Heroic, exactly where it's going to fall for themselves. And I do want to know how much is going to be pointed towards the teams these days.
There we
how
go.
much are they going to be looking at what's in the
Now I can upgrade the garlic thing, I think, once I kill this mob, this boss.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, you can look at the win rates, but you also have to remember who you are, right? I don't think...
Remember who
basically
you are,
blindly follow
Simba.
the meta, you have to understand your players, what are they good at. But so far, looking at the bans, they are quite similar from their first meeting, right? When they were on the first pick side, they also chose to remove similar heroes here.
The draft, starting the draft? Okay, I'll jump into the draft. There we go.
Heroics turn to ban.
I'll keep the
Blindly follow the meta, you have to understand your players, what are they good at. But so far, looking at the bans, they are quite similar from their first meeting, right? When they were on the first pick side, they also chose to remove similar heroes here, and they're going to open up with a Marcy.
Extremely strong hero, just in general. I mean,
Tundra actually didn't let it through the last time.
Yeah. To be honest, like, if you want to blame something for the Helm Dom trend, this is the first hero. People realize that when you put the Marcy buff on the creep, every time it gets hit, you hit. Every time it hits, you hit. You can actually buff something and use the buff.
I have one upgraded now.
Aside from
Steals
having
hearts,
teammates, like, there are all
power
these
increase
reasons to
when
jump off the
recovering
creep, and
HP.
it's like, oh wow, this is so good on Marcy. Turns out
That's
it's just good on
nice
everything.
to have.
But this was the start of it all.
And this Tiny doesn't say anything for them. Mostly it has been played out by Saxa. They really love to run Enigma plus Tiny lane. This has been their staple ever since they played on the old Tundra as well. This is something that puts a lot of pressure, allows Tiny to roam around freely, maybe make a move, like pick up a bouncer rune, secure the active runes as well, maybe even gank the mid lane if the opportunity does allow you to do so. So potentially in the back of their heads, they should start thinking about this Enigma. It's, again, Helm of the Dominator, something that Tundra definitely wants to buy from the offlane.
I think also Tiny is pretty hard to play into as Marcy. Like, Marcy, in her nature, like, will get in there and fights, and you can't really get out. And, you know, heroes like Tiny, you can just casually throw an avalanche on the ground, prevent some sort of initiation. You can toss her out. You can toss her, you know, back into your team. You also have the Tiny, innate, where you are taking less damage every time she hits you, and of course she does these like small instances, well, actually big instances of damage.
Yeah, not small.
But very quickly, and you're reducing her damage. It's pretty hard to kill with Tiny. So I think in general, like, he likes playing into Marcy. And believe me, this hero is in every single pub right now, pro level pub. It is very hard to find heroes that actually like playing into Marcy. So
I mean, then would you say that a Tiny carry would be valuable against a Marcy? I know it's not a very popular thing. Because if the Marcy is carry, you want a good matchup.
I think that idea of like getting in there against Tiny is hard is the same whether it's a support or a carry.
Yeah, what does it offer more as a carry than the
And you have
support?
more items, you stand there, you fight him.
You can stand your ground more.
Yeah, you can stand your ground more. Marcy usually has trouble finding heroes that can fight. You have trouble finding heroes that can fight Marcy.
I was gonna say, I don't think you stand your ground against Marcy ever. I think you get the hell out of there. You toss her out and you run away. You wait for her ult to be over. That's my experience with the hero. Like, I really feel like it's very hard, especially if Marcy's going through.
No, I do
the
agree.
Daedalus build.
Marcy is such a pain to deal
Find
with.
heroes that will actually be able to stand your ground. and,
She's
like,
also
yes,
a
you have to Titan fights against her. And Tiny's, like, the best
what's it called?
Like,
A nullifier builder, and
one of them.
You have to buy
does
boss
support
stuff as well on the
eventually.
hero.
There comes a point in the game where you just get fucked.
Yes.
It's that simple. At one point you just get
There's a
fucked,
couple
and
more
there's
bands
nothing
coming
you
out
can
from
do.
Heroic, the Sand King and the Queen of Pain. So this mid pool lowering a little bit more on the side of BZM and what he's lacked to play so far at this tournament.
Tundra Esports.
BZM had a bit of a struggle yesterday when he played that Earthshaker. It's the combination of the two things. We saw a bit of unfortunate sequence of events with that healing salve that did happen, playing into unfavorable matchup, but also not being allowed to enter his own triangle. A lot of his camps did get blocked, and there was also Sanking that was farming in the same area. So I think Tundra is going to be making sure that those issues don't occur again. And I also want to see BZM on the tempo hero. I want to see him, because that game he got completely shut down.
Yeah, I
playing
don't
from
like
behind
BZM
with
on
the big
Shaker
dagger.
at all.
It didn't look
He
good.
doesn't.
But this
Every
hero
single time I
has
see him on
been
Shaker, it doesn't
looking
look very
amazing
convincing.
in the last couple of tournaments as well. This hero is just lane bully, dominator.
Especially against Marcy.
The win rate, I would say, doesn't paint the story how strong Pugna is.
No. And they banned Silencer. I think Silencer is like one of the better answers to Pugna. Pugna's so good at saving and protecting somebody, and Silencer can just like.
I mean, not just the Pugna, right? Because I think Dominic mentioned the Enigma.
Shadow
earlier.
Demon is such a
based
good
on the
pick,
ban,
though.
they already banned out Gyra and Silencer, and Enigma is like one of the better lane partners with Tiny. And I think if they want it, they are probably gonna have to pick it here because they're not gonna get it last.
Yes, I think Enigma is definitely coming out. I also feel like Heroic probably knows about this because of all the bans.
Yeah, you see those two bans.
Even Silencer, like, this is a very good hero against the Black Hole. I do want to say Shadow Demon against Pugna. You cannot decrep and save somebody from all of the Marcy damage because SD's ult is constantly purging, right? So they go with the immediate hard counter, and they're actually going to double counter it.
And now you have a save and you have a BKB piercing tool as well. Even though Enigma, gets BKB at the later stages of the game, it's more about the tempo, getting these early drums, getting these Helm of the Dominator, so you can, tanking things up if you need a pipe to buy. These are the type of items that Enigma will buy. But I see Heroic with very aggressive drafts. You have Shadow Demon and Batrider, which is going to be... These are probably two of the best heroes in the game to be able to get the stacks going in the triangle, just stacking the jungle in general. Now you need a hero who can actually clear the stacks.
Yep, the Batrider isn't as straightforward though, is definitely a support because they've already played it on three different heroes, three different players at the moment.
They actually prefer it as a core, which is very interesting. I think if it's a tiny mid for Tundra, now all of a sudden you have to be worried about Batrider coming mid and destroying
Well, I took a lot of damage there.
I really love, like, anytime I see a South American team, especially a team with Schofield on it, picking a repositioning based hero, I always think that they have a way higher chance of winning the game. South America historically has
Tiny,
won
so Tiny
games
probably
off the back
+4.
of being better at team fighting than opponents. Like, I remember the narrative in NA was always when it was NA versus SA, you do not fight SA. You try to outplay them on the map because they will outfight you. They know how to play these repositioning-based heroes. So I love that Heroic is going back to the Batrider.
I mean, which is why we see the Ducks here. Ducks here is really good at like splitting the map, pushing the waves, making it hard for lineups like Heroic here. They want to kill you, but you push the waves and you make it very difficult for them to deal with the map. And on top of that, you're going to buy the auras, right?
Yeah.
The auras are going to be very, very good against like
Fine.
Marcy, Batrider. Sure, you have the demonic push somewhere down the road, but it does make it difficult for Heroic's lineup to fight.
And if you want to kill a hero, you probably need to commit with multiple ultis on side
So
of Heroic,
far,
'cause now
I'm
you have
not too
Pugna,
sure
so
which
you need to
one
dispel
side I
that,
like,
so you
because
need
I
Shadow Demon ulti,
actually
you need
kind of
Batrider
like
ulti,
Heroic.
because you need to start thinking about the Cripify, Surge,
Oh,
and
shit,
maybe
I
even just
almost
the
died there.
casual tossback should be able to get the Tundra's heroes out of position and make sure that they are going to be running away from that tank. So the heroes on side of Tundra are not that easily killed, and I really like this Storm Spirit from Tundra that came out just now on 17 because it does. We've seen yesterday VZM going for a bit of a newer tech, something that he showed before, but I don't think he showed it on the Storm Spirit, going for that Holy Locket, Soul Ring, pretty much having infinite mana as well. Pugna unfortunately doesn't
Oh, I
give you
think
mana
I'm dead.
anymore with the Life Drain, but it's still, like, that's why he needs to think about himself, buying that Soul Ring, buying that Holy Locket.
Yeah, I feel like right now Heroic is kind of baited to pick Puck. It looks like a really good Puck game, other than Into the Tiny, who has like a good disable for the Puck. But also, I'm pretty sure Batrider against Storm mid is pretty bat favored until later on in the game, where Storm doesn't mind playing so much against Bat. So I guess the question is like, does Analog make this call? It's like, yes, I'll destroy
I'm
this
very
guy,
stuck.
Give me the Batrider. Or does he just ask for,
Help
give me
me.
the Storm counter? It's Puck, right? It's also a backline jumper to deal with the Pugna as well.
Yeah, I think that's the bigger question, right? Is how else are you going to be dealing with these supports? So they have another pick lined up that's going to help them a bit more. And that Earthshaker that is now being picked up.
Still, could be mid, could be off lane, could be 4 position.
Oh, there's a
know.
big fat deuce
Just
next
Shaker
to
in
me.
arena every time. It's so good.
There it is. Oh, they have it on the main stage. All right, good. I do like Shaker against backline save supports in general.
Not the
because
biggest
you
fan
can
of
go in,
Shaker,
echo
but
some,
it's
frontliner, and then
question
Pugna can't
really
save
if
because
it's
you
a
just fissure the backline, right? It's kind of like, it's ironic
safe
that the way that you
lane,
deal with
if
the
it's a
backline
mid or a
supports is
plus
if you want
4.
to jump one hero,
I would assume
you
it's a
actually need
plus
AoE,
4,
not single
mid
target, and
Shaker.
obviously Shaker has plenty of AoE.
I mean, the hero is just very valuable right now because he is probably one of the best team fighters right now in the game. He does so much damage, he can clear stacks, he does everything for you. He scales, and I feel like he doesn't really have like games where I feel like I see Earthshaker and I get, oh, the Earthshaker is not going to do much in this game, you know?
He always does something.
Yeah, I always feel like Earthshaker is going to do something in that particular game.
Yes.
He's just a very useful hero.
I think the only time so far this international we've seen Earthshaker not do anything is when it got completely dumpstered and shut down in lane. But then still, it almost won. After having like the worst laning stage ever, Echo Slam the Ancients, you're back online, and then it still had some profound impact.
And this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a hero that can farm the Ancients with all of these stacks that are going to be happening, and which
I need
better
to
hero
try and
to
grab
do
all these
so.
orbs
Like,
that are down
Earthshaker, you
below.
also can't invade enemy triangle. I saw Nigma yesterday against the BB team try to invade, and they got immediately wiped. Like, one hero died instantly, so there's not something
I'm
you can
very
do
dead.
against
Yep, I'm
Earthshaker.
dead.
If you go in there, and they have very good heroes that they can defend the triangle with,
So,
I think you gotta
we are not
have
your
to let it
kind.
go, or you have to
How
be
you
able
doing?
to be in there, maybe try to block so that they don't get the stacks going, be very annoying for them, because Earthshaker, he's gonna hit the right timing.
I'm sorry, I have to make a point of this.
The Pudge and the Meepo.
Imagine being such a toxic team that the last 2 bans are Pudge Meepo against you. Like, what sort of team is this to play against?
Because they're still trying to hedge their bets exactly what is going to be playing core right now. What is going to be the Yuma hero if it's been picked up already, if it's still out there, what's going to potentially be going mid too. So they're just like, let's take away some comfort, something that causes chaos in their games and something they thrive on.
Yeah, I think that's a very good choice because against a team like Hero, you know they are not going to follow the meta 100%. So it's good the idea to take away their comfort picks here, even though some may argue it doesn't really make sense with their lineup. But again, you know, like I said, if you don't understand their draft, it usually means they have a very good chance of winning.
That's what they're trying to take away for themselves. Heroic, though, ABBA and Faceless Void are the 2 bans.
Yeah, that makes me think that they want Batrider core.
Yeah, most likely. Time dilation is very, very good against him.
Okay,
They're sticking with their Ursa. They did lose 2 games yesterday, but we also talked about how Yuma had a great game. That one game where he didn't die for a really long time. I really like the Abba ban as well. Faceless Void is also a very good ban, but Abaddon could have made it very difficult for them because what they want to do is go in and be able to kill a hero instantly, and now you have a Darkseer, you have a Photic Shield, Abba that could have potentially popped the ulti, which would mean that you can't kill those heroes that easily. And here's a 100% win rate hero. This is very, very good because it does allow, like we've seen a bunch of trolls going into the Battle Fury into Manta style, potentially even picking up Aghanim Scepter, which I think could be very, very good this game because you are going to be dispelling yourself, you are going to be dispelling Ursa, and if Ursa doesn't have overpower, it's on such a low cooldown that carry-to-carry matchup just favors Troll. Ursa
I mean, also the stacks, right, from Batrider. That's very, very useful.
Okay, here's a question though. Does Troll not get obliterated by Batrider in lane? Like, I feel like that one is not even remotely close. Like, he can feed relentlessly. I think Tundra's gonna need to play into Whisper's lane and try to deal with him early on. Otherwise, like, he could run away with the game.
I think Saksa will need to be very active and try to fix the problems that Jenkins just talked about because you have no stuns whatsoever. When they decide to go on you, this is gonna be Troll with Pugna, and you have Batrider as a core plus Schofield on Marcy, so you have a way of bouncing them back with 2 abilities.
Yeah.
Not going to be an easy lane for them, so I think they might need to manipulate the creep wave top, make sure that the Darkseer is going to be getting the farm, and then make sure that they have TPs ready, especially on Tiny, to be able to help them out in this bottom lane when they dive.
I mean, not even TP, so I think if I'm looking at both sides draft right now and I'm Tundra, I'm going to be willing to take a trade where I'm going to sacrifice my offlane to make their offlaner poor, because if you look at Bat and Darkseer, if both of them are poor, it's probably going to be worse for the Batriders team, because Batrider needs a lot of farm to snowball the game.
The Darkseer can just cut the wave too.
Yeah.
So you're kind of confident when you're in being the Darkseer can stay by himself. He might struggle a little bit, but ultimately shutting down that safe lane.
Yeah,
is that
even with the fastest alone, he's going for hard for battle, so he has move speed in the lane. So I think it's okay. He's already going to be ready to play alone and making sure that he's going to just go back to the jungle, try to run around, pull creeps, and make sure he gets some farm.
All right, and what about yourself, Jenkins? Because
I agree with the rotations that need to come in, but I also think King Jungles can then rotate, and then you have Ursa versus Darkseer, and that's fine for Ursa. Like, I actually think Whisper's going to run away with this game. I think Heroic has a lot of options here.
okay, so it feels like
Okay,
you
let's see, what
the
do we
fan
have,
favorites in
actually?
the arena right now. Heroic, that's where you guys are siding for it.
I'm going to go with Tundra. I don't think
Okay.
Troll can lose. I think Troll might maintain 100% win rate throughout the rest of the tournament.
Well, that's not the note I wanted to end on. I wanted to end on a high note for all of the SA fans out there.
Okay, let's see.
Marvel at the spectacle.
Yuma Ursa, he's laning against a Darkseer tiny lane. Then you got a Midstorm versus the Analog Shaker, and a Pugna Troll versus a Batrider. Batrider for Whisper, Marcy off lane. He went for the Arsonist facet, so that's a lot of magic damage, potentially. They don't have a save against the lasso. That's a big problem for Tun. I kind of like Heroic as well. I'll go Heroic. I mean, the Troll Warlord having 100% win rate is just weird. That's a weird stat to me. That it doesn't mean anything else to me but that it's weird.
The battle begins.
Also, got it. Over there. Just going to be taking gateway. Obviously, this lane could be very problematic because of how ridiculously strong Tiny Darkseer can be if you get hit by a double Ion Shell Avatar combo. Doesn't Troll rape Ursa late game? No, not necessarily. The problem with Troll late game is he's very kiteable, especially if you have a Shadow Demon on your side, and they have Demonic Purge plus Disruption, both super amazing late game tools against Troll. And late game Ursa gets Ags, plus 2 Earthshock charges, which also gives him Enrage. And then if Troll goes in on Ursa and Ursa pops Enrage, he just kites the Ursa. The Troll. Like, Ursa's actually one of the best heroes against Troll because you can survive. And then just try and kite him out. The one that I'm not afraid of... Oh, I'm not afraid of Ursa. Sorry, the Troll this game. I'm afraid of the Storm. I think the BZM Storm is scarier than the Troll Warlord. And also I'm curious to see what Whisper's gonna do. Because Batrider off lane, it has been played a bunch in the past, and I know it can be really stupidly strong because of the way the hero works with the new facet. A sticky napalm attack facet, and then if you get like a fucking Mage Slayer or some shit, you literally 100 to 0 a Pugna if he decrepifys himself. Well, actually, decrepify, you don't take increased damage and magic damage on decrepify. I forgot about that. But all things can... Oh yeah, I didn't add game 1. There we go. How are you guys doing, by the way, today? Did you enjoy the matches yesterday? I personally did a bit, but I got really pissed off at Nigma losing game 3 in that series. I mean, I was and I wasn't, but I definitely think that Nigma fucked up hard. Oh, Chrysalis. Yeah, I think he made a bit of a mistake. He's going to get booped back. Chrysalis in trouble. Whisper's got them stacks on his face. Chrysalis dropping low, taking down Toby. He now also has 6 magic sticky napalm stacks. And Whisper gets a double kill. Yeah, that was a fat mistake. The one step he made backwards to try and get the... you just don't win against the Batrider. Not in... No, you just don't. It just does stupid amounts of damage in lane. Walking back there was a big mistake from Chrysalis. In the meantime, Yuma's having a pretty A-okay time bottom lane. I would have expected a little bit more painful. Mid Analog struggling against BZM, but that's unsurprising actually. They're gonna go in. Analog has a fissure. Does throw it out. Avalanche in response. BZM. The jump comes in. Toss is there. Stomp comes through. Analog continues forward for the Saxa. Saxa's gonna get tossed the other direction. Maybe a little bit of a mistake there. But the body blocks from Schofield should be enough for the Saxa kill. Analog gets that one, and a great move in mid. It's again... You know, this is what Heroic does well. Their early game is sublime. 0-5 Void and 0-6 TA winning games fucking insane. Yeah. The 0-6 that game as well, Ghost single-handedly lost that series for them. Single-handedly with the not using BKB part. He got dream coiled by the puck and then snaps the coil. He has BKB, decides not to use it, and you're like, bro, what the fuck are you thinking? I mean, like, Samil played well the third series. He played very well. Top net worth almost the entire time. It's just they were lacking a safe laner. So Samil essentially had to play safe lane. Because Ghost just couldn't play. And it wasn't even like they were up against a lineup that was really good against against Morphling. It was an okay lineup against Morphling. It was actually... I predicted Nigma to win because I thought this is a really good Morph game. And then Ghost just...
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Then again, game 1 could have gone horribly wrong for them as well. Very easily. Chrysalis wants to go in. They're TPing in Saxa. The focus is KJ. And KJ is dead. So what is Whisper doing? There's 3 heroes in this area. I don't know why he's continuing. BZM checking if the rune was there. Analog invis up, but is going to get spotted out thanks to the sentry ward. They know he's walking about in invis. Yeah. He's just going to walk away. That's a lot of wasted time for the Shaker, though. That's kind of problematic. In the meantime, Yuma just chilling. Bottom lane. Has pretty solid farm. Yeah, you have a 33 on the other side just going for the jungle. Going for the Helm of the Dominator. Unsurprisingly, this is actually a Helm of the Dominator hero that you're up against. Who else is going for the Helm? Maybe Schofield? No Bat Rider Helm. No random Shaker Helm or some shit. No Yuma Helm. There might just be only a single Helm of the Dominator this game. Well, maybe 2. It depends on Schofield. Chrysalis, not level 6 just yet. There's the Decrepify coming out. They missed the jump there. KJ holds him in place, so Whisper can try and burn down Chrysalis. Lasso Drag comes out. Yuma, in the meantime, dies bottom lane to a BZM gank. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Which is very favorable here for Tundra, as they killed BZ Yuma, which is the top net worth hero in the game. Oh, Toby?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As
Dire's middle tower is under
I
attack.
think Enigma going home today?
Are scanning.
Well, let's see. According to my predictions,
Radiant's
they're actually
bottom
not.
tower is under attack.
Why did I do that?
Dire's top tower is
According to
under
my
attack.
predictions, they are not going home today. I think Tidebound. I predicted Tidebound to go home. Completely off of the
Radiant's
group
bottom
stage, by the way.
tower has fallen.
Analog Echo Slam the ancient stack, and that is, I guess, the Blink Dagger done? That's the Blink Dagger done. He is now top net worth thanks to the ancient clamp. So that's kind of nice on his part. Top tier 1 is also gone already. Well, Whisper is surprisingly, he's 3-0-1 on the Bat Rider, but he is bottom of all the cores in terms of farm. Which is rather surprising. Oh, bottom. 33 gets taken down by Analog, who has an amplified damage runes. Looking for the Dark Troll Summoner. They're not going to chase more because there is our rotations coming in towards mid. Whisper TP'd right in. Sax on the other side is going to get spotted out. But they have to be careful because there is a bat somewhere nearby. Sorry, a storm nearby. Whisper has a higher level than the Storm. That's a plus. Storm has obviously more money, but more experience on the Bat Rider. Interesting. In the meantime, Chrysalis is going to go for the Battle Fury farm in the jungle build. Same with Yuma. He's getting close, though, on the bear. Now, Vampire Survivors look similar to Dota 2. Well, there's a mini game in Dota 2 that you can do in Vampire Survivors. By the way, how you doing, Delighter? I saw like an a UFC fighter that had a very similar name to, like, real life name to yours. I think he was also from Lithuania. Modestas Bukaukas. Your name is Modestas, right? Or am I confusing you with someone else? Oh yeah, I have it open on Steam because I'm using it as a mini game in between matches. Analog in trouble, dropping low, is gonna get taken down. Schofield needs to get away. He does have a leap. KJ is gonna be that leap, who seems to maybe sacrifice himself here. Oh no, they're just gonna walk away. So they make it a 1-4 trade, but it is top net worth of Heroic dead. So, good death on Analog. That's me fighting. Yeah. Mr. I work on boats. Sure, you're a famous UFC fighter. Uh-huh. But I just saw, like, randomly the name Modestas come by. And I never heard of the name Modestas except for you. How is Whisper still like bottom of the cores in terms of farm, considering he has been just farming AFK a lot? He's from the same city as well. Oh.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Only 1 year older. So you're telling me you could have been a famous UFC fighter? Then I'd never even seen you in CS probably.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, Whisper in a little bit of trouble. Schofield wants to get that money.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As he does get the hundo. I've good pain sustain. It's not important how much you can hit, how hard you can hit, it's how much you can get hit and still get back up. Or you're just a punching bag little bitch. That's also a possibility. You do have Echo available. He's close to Shard. I would really like the Shard if I was him, but Whisper. BCM nearby. Echo. Toss back, lasso, kill onto BZM. Very nice. You know the worst part for BZM is he knew this was coming. Why is he yesterday he played with the Holy Locket first item on Storm as well. It feels weird. Oh, Whisper is... Ooh, that's a nice fissure block. And Yuma's here as well, going in on 33. Demonic Purge can't get himself out of there. Chrysalis has his ulti available. Yuma's going to chase after Toby. Toby's got nothing. Double kill for Yuma. Toss away. Will actually get the kill onto Whisper, but it's going to cost Saxa his life. Or at least they got a kill out of it. But Heroic, they turn on the heat. Broken my arm though. How are you? You have a broken arm right now. Don't you work on ships? I assume you're currently unworking. I'm doing fine. Just watching a bit of Dota. Loving it. Schofield! No! What? Oh, he's probably gonna go for the Really? Again, this is a game where magic damage is more painful than physical by far. But it looks like he's gonna go for the Pafis. I guess mana, having a bit of a bigger mana pool is really important for the hero.
Dire are scanning.
Saxa close to the blink. Oh, look at Saxa creeping up behind enemy lines though. This is a interesting ward. Like if you place it there, you at least get the right side as well. Shard done on analog. Ooh, that's an aggro jump.
What surge is this? Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No! Whisper's got BKB, is going for that Blink Dagger next. Saka's trying to farm up money for his own Blink. Ursa's got his Blink, so they have 2 Blinks available. Paviz is almost done on the Marcy. Shadow, like, the Radiant team is going to have potentially this game 5 Blinks. I saw you play something different stream yesterday or day before. I've been playing some Vampire Survivors lately. Maybe it was that you
Radiant's
saw?
middle tower is under attack.
As BZM gets
Radiant
blown up once again.
structures are fortified.
Their Death on the Storm, he's going for the Orchid first item, but second item, sorry, because he has the Holy Locket. And no, he's falling further and further behind. And Yuma's going for Roche. It's a fun game. It's like a more... So it's like a top-down game. It looks kind of pixelate. It's pixel art, but you just are like a character that you choose, and then you get attacked wave after wave by a bunch of monsters. Essentially, that's it. Kind of fun. I am enjoying it. It's also only $5, so. It was last year, like a bunch of people were playing it on stream and stuff. Well, the Tormentor is going to be up soon, so that's going to be a very big objective. Have fissure block from Analog is there. Gets the mini stun going. They zip in further forward. Disruption save comes out. Yuma's going to charge after 33. Who's going to get taken down? There is a nasty little centaur in the middle of everything. KJ loses his life. Whisper has a lasso. Goes for the drag onto BZM. Looking for Toby next. They find 3 kills in the process. Troll Chrysalis is here, but there's going to be the Aegis popped. TP attempt. Saksa is dead on the side. They're going to chase after Chrysalis. He has the little boopy with the Tumbler's toy, but will be able to get away. However, 4 for 1 is not a good trade. As BZM dies once again, and they killed the Aegis plus, I think, the 2 supports, right? Because they didn't kill any of the cores either.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What's Bijna or Bijna mean in Dutch? Oh, Bijna.
Dire's
It's...
top tower is under
You
attack.
meant this. Bijna weekend. Bijna means almost.
Radiant are
So it's
scanning.
almost weekend.
Stupendous!
Tormentor is an important objective here. There's going to be a jump up at the BKB usage. Echo Slam drop. Crystal is dropping low. Has to pop his ulti. He's going to get lassoed in his ulti while being life drained. And he's just going to slowly burn on the side. They already lost 2. BZM will at least get a kill secured, but they lost the Troll Warlord. And UMass chasing for 33. Can he catch back up with the lead forward from Schofield? 33 has a surge available in a second. Toss back. 33 is going to be held in position. Smacked! WWE Raw. And BZM gets out. So a 4-for-1 trade and Heroic come up swinging. They say it on Friday and Mondays. Yep, that is very much the Dutch attitude. It's always almost weekend.
Double damage.
It's Monday. Oh, I look forward to the weekend. Oh, it's Friday. Oh, tomorrow's weekend. Ooh, Shard's really good on Shadow Demon this game. Against the Pugna. Against the Evasion from Whirling Axes. The Orchid now.
Radiant's middle tower.
And also having a nice little added, 400 HP heal? 450. Other one would have also not been bad. The Marcy shard is pretty nutty as well, so you can jump off of enemies. Oh, Saksa. Whisper. Trying to stay out of toss range. Yep. As 33 gets jumped on the side, Demonic Purge, and yeah, that's why I really love Shadow Demon this game. Against Darkseer, it's amazing. Against Troll, it's amazing. If he eventually gets an Ags on Shadow Demon, bro, it's over. Replayed Guns, this game re-releasing on Steam, and has plans to get into esports. Dude, is Guns the fucking... That's the game where you could, like, climb or run up walls and shit, right? I played that when I was, like, 15.
Now over here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I played that when I was young. That's kind of cool. I mean, I'm too old to play any of that kind of game because I'm just a fucking brain dead potato when it comes to games now. I've never been like top tier at games. I've always been pretty mediocre. I get stressed very quickly and I don't know what to do. My friends have pretty much always, well, most of my friends have always been better than me. And I'm okay with that. Not all of my friends. Some of my friends are idiots. And terrible at games. But then again, I probably have played more than those friends. Had bad supporting company, ENG or something, so had worst anti-cheat. Dude, CSGO also has the fucking worst anti-cheat. I played the beta of Battlefield and people had hacks in there. Like, there is no good anti-cheat. Because there's always cheaters and everything.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're looking for BZM. He is going for the BKB. Schofield, yeah, no, they shouldn't be able to catch him. Maybe if Anlock catch him from the trees, but BZM's just going to bail out quickly. This is such a weird pickup. Oh, in mid. Saksa purge, Saksa deaded. They won't be if I wasn't. But bitch, you don't even know how to code or do cybersecurity or anything. How the fuck would you know how to build an anti-cheat, you moron? I would hire people. Don't you think they also hire people?
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
I played guns long ago. Yeah, dude, the games that we played when we were younger had something special. I remember, so I'm just pulling out some like free games. Back in the day, you had guns. There was a game called Conquer 2.0. Eudemons Online
A fleeting sight.
is what I also played when I was younger, which were like these fucking Chinese MMO RPGs
Dire
thingy.
are scanning.
Let me think. Whisper's got a full Shivas. What else did I play when I was younger? God, I can't remember the names. I can think of how the character. They were like 2D animated characters.
Dire's middle tower is under
There's
attack.
like Rakion. I remember Rakion. Yeah, I remember that one as well. Rakion actually I played even later than I mean, I was 20 still, but yeah. One must
Radiant
register
are
his personal
scanning.
ID card code, so if they cheat, they won't get a second
Radiant's
chance.
middle
Yeah, no
tower
one would
has
sign up to your game, Delighter, if you did that.
People and family. Great teamwork. You vicious stars.
I never played Ragnarok Online. I
Dire's
played.
middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Maple Story when I was young as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Swords and sandals. Swords and sandals. Crusader. Obviously, you know, RuneScape was classic. Everyone played RuneScape. A Whisper. Going for, actually, gets rooted up in his BKB, but the Yule Scepter holds Chrysalis in place for quite a while. Lasso drag onto BZM, and they take him down. Fissure block is there. Chrysalis is going to be chasing. They know he doesn't have a battle trance, and he's just going to get bashed up by Yuma. Can they keep him alive? Echo Slam, a Jamma drop, pops the BKB, is still trying to run away. Does he manage to get away? Buyback comes out from Toby. As a lot of nasty illusions. Saksa eventually gets killed off by Yuma on the side. They're going to try and keep Schofield alive, and it will be 3 kills secured. No kill on Chrysalis, but still it looks very problematic. You kills out. I never got really far with Maple Story, because I played Maple Story when they had like 4 classes. I think maybe they had Pirate there. But I got to like level 35 or something, and then I made a new character every single time.
Radiant's top tower is
Dragon
under
Fable
attack.
was also cool.
Your shaman has fallen to the Radiant.
Oh, zip in. Onto Whisper. 33, staying alive, just barely. Whisper now on the run, and it's going to be Schofield. Actually, Chrysalis here. Got to be a little bit careful because the rotations are coming through. Yuma is joining the fun. Has the Abyssal Blade hit, of course, as well if needed. But yeah, my friends were a lot more into Maple Story than I was. I really liked the game. I might consider playing Maple Story Classic when I think it's coming out.
Invisibility.
But the big problem I had with MapleStory. Oh. Toby is so annoying. BZM is actually going to stay alive thanks to the Glimmer Cave. And BZM will quickly zip to Narnia there. But yeah, the problem I had with MapleStory at one point is they brought in all those stupidly new... I played it with my friends like a year ago or 2 years ago. Actually, maybe 3 years ago. And I selected a character to play, and I got like fucking insta blink, and I could wipe the entire map off like at level 1. Because you got like 17 amazing spells with it, bro. This is not fucking MapleStory. MapleStory is you struggle against one fucking ribbon pig for half an hour. Field. Leap away. Gotta be careful there, BZM. If you pop BKB, you would have gotten lasso. He also has double. He has refresher. BZM is gonna get dragged. Lasso holds him in place. BZM is dead. Analog walking forward. They're gonna try and go for Saxa, so no tiny tossbacks are there. And the tier 2 tower mid also falls. What are...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm trying to think of... Little Fighter 2. That's also a game I played a lot with friends.
Dire's middle tower is
Oh, how it feels to be young again. Mountain Blade was fun for me, like going solo against villagers, trying to beat smaller. I still play Mountain Blade. I have Mountain Blade Bannerlord, Mountain Blade Part 2. With mods, the game is amazing. Okay, Yuma drag, but the facial block. BZM does have a BKB, so he could survive a little bit, but it is a bit dicey. Yuma, 10, 1, and 7. On the Ursa is going Octarine. He's not even going Ags right now. He's going Octarine before that. Oh my lord, that is a scary jump fissure block as well. The heal is going to be enough. Echo Slam drop comes out. Crystallis gets the ulti pop going, but there's the lasso. Up the high ground you go. Next to Schofield, they will take him down, and BZM is trying to get anything done in this fight. Yuma chasing for more, but there's a stun onto BZM, gets Sauce back. It's finished off, and that looks like it's going to be a full team wipe. Saxon does a lot of damage, but the GG is full. And Heroic takes game number 1.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Victory.
We're simply the best. Boom, boom, boom. Better than all the rest.
It was a fantastic game. The arena going crazy for Heroic, picking up that win there. I mean, it's elimination that's on the line, staying in this tournament.
So this is Vampire
And Heroic,
Survivor, by the
everything
way.
from start to end, Lacoste was just amazing.
Though
For the
I am
lane
playing on
phases and
like
That was
Turbo
absolutely
for the first
beautiful.
time, so
Execution,
it's probably
this
not a
top lane
good.
was just a
Like it
complete
goes a lot
disaster for
faster
Tundra.
now
They were
than
unable to punch back.
it
We said
normally
that there's
does.
going to be a couple of issues. Maybe there were some ways to try to fix it, but it just didn't happen in this game. Whisper and Schofield, they were playing it pretty much to perfection. Immediately getting the first blood, using that opportunity, getting another blood grenade, getting another kill, getting a double kill for Whisper, enabling this offlane Batrider that they play as a core. So when we saw him being picked in the draft, we were like, this is most likely going to be the core because they played across 2 different roles and it did work out amazingly in this one.
I think Heroic just looks like the better team right now, straight up. Like, can you honestly say, going in today, like, did you expect a very competitive series here? Because I feel like for the whole year, we have seen, like, time and time again, you have teams like Tundra, Liquid, they have a rough group stage, rough road to international, and then all of a
DK
sudden,
was right, obviously.
come playoffs, they do the Tundra thing.
Right, they power up a
They
little
They
bit.
power up, they start winning. It's like, okay, sure, they have a stand-in, but it's Toby. Toby has won tournaments this year as a stand-in, right? So I think Heroic is very happy with themselves. I think Tundra is feeling a little bit outclassed right now because, like,
I mean,
totally
they
agree
were
on
just
all
outplayed that
fronts.
game because Heroic was
They got
really
destroyed.
solid and really fast
Uma
there.
was active, like Analog got a super early Blink Dagger, he was crazy active. Whisper got his signature hero, stomped the lane. Like, this was not even close. Tundra has to, like, go straight back to the drawing board.
Okay, well, before we get to that, right, we've got to talk about the game one a little bit more. Talk about the earlier aspects of this and just how impactful some of the rotations coming through were. How you even talked about, Jenkins, yourself, there was going to be this early trialing and what exactly is going to work out better for the side of Heroic.
Yeah, this triangle farming, I mean, this is like the most satisfying thing ever. Even King Jungle is bringing a creep wave to not only give that farm, but add more damage to the Echo Slam. That instantly went from 1,000 gold on Analog to enough for his Blink Dagger. You do not expect a 9-minute Blink Dagger timing from any hero. Like, this is just not an instinct you have. Even a player with the skill level and the experience of 33, like, dying in this way right after the Blink reveal is, I mean, that's early. Like, that's a rough death too on Darkseer.
Yeah, you're talking about that early blink timings and just how much it was able to do for them. But Winter, there was a little bit of a, I don't know if the slowdown is the right word. I'm not sure how to describe this exactly.
I mean, after the dagger reveal, I felt like Tundra went back like, towards the other side of the map. Actually, this was before the blink reveal, so I wanted to highlight the wards, like how Heroic kind of targeted
That's a lot of money.
33 when he was left alone. That wards scouting his camps, and they even placed a sentry, to block his farming pattern. That's like one of the small little things that I feel like Heroic really understands how Tundra likes to play as a team. When Darkseer is alone.
This is why I feel like this one was a big outclass, which, like I said, I don't think many people expected this big of a difference, because every single player on Heroic understood their role and pretty much did it perfectly against one of the highest caliber teams in the world.
Yeah, I feel like the first 10 minutes, right, Heroic did everything correctly, whereas Tundra, they didn't know what to do. They weren't very sure about, okay, do we play with our Storm, or do we play with the Darkseer? Because Darkseer can't play the lane against us, so do we help him, or do we help the Troll, because he was like kind of getting bullied by the Bat Rider, which I felt like we had this little discussion where I think the timing needed to choose who to sacrifice, because there's 3 lanes, they have to really help. They can only help 2 realistically. And I felt like the one thing that didn't really happen was the runes, right? The Storm didn't really get the first couple of runes, and it was the Earthshaker getting the runes on top of the stack. So he had a perfect start. Because if you think about it, if you're helping the Darkseer, what happens after that? You help him, and then he still goes back to farm, right? But if you are helping secure the runes, then Storm gets the runes, Storm gets to help the Troll, and you kind of unleash all your
He's gonna pay it full.
Yeah, because what happened in the game was 5 minutes, around 5:50, they actually went top to kill the Bat Rider, and they lost the rune control on 6 minutes. So Earthshaker got the rune. I think these are small little things that it might not look like much, but it tells you the story of what the teams are prioritizing, and I don't know if that was the right way to play the game, even though they killed the Marcy when they went top.
They were killing Storm Spread multiple times. Like, there was a big difference in the mid lane.
BZM got
playing, because he was never getting
fucked
initiated
that
on.
game.
And you did mention the rune control. In the first 25 minutes, they did pick up 7 runes compared to only 2 runes on Tundra. And if there's one hero in the game that needs those active runes to be able to control the 10 Storm Spread, and it just didn't happen in this one. Analog, he did have BZM's number throughout the whole game. Like, you could see BZM stacking the Ancients for himself in the outer ring, thinking that he's safe there. But again, these team gates rotations that he praised Heroic for, they go for it, they find it, they steal the stacks again, they get the kill, and they go back to farming immediately. And also one of the issues we did address is that
Are you doing
they
nothing
were
left in
very
life?
good when they played against yesterday when they were playing against P-Vision, how they were moving across the map with the aggressive heroes that they did have. This time around, they were very clean in terms of execution, going for a kill, pushing out the waves, because again, this is pretty similar tactic that they did have yesterday. It's just the execution wasn't as clean.
Yeah, I think that's even shown in team fights, right? They were willing to bring those numbers. I think the vision game was a little bit better as well, Winter. But earlier on, you think Tundra lanes are struggling. They're still able to find farms for themselves. There's still items coming out. You know, the Tiny getting a Blink Dagger as well. But those not really eventuating too much more when the team fights do end up.
Yeah, that was kind of like, I felt like the real turning point of the game. Sure, Tundra, they were struggling initially, but when they got the dagger on Saksa, they immediately made this play. They went up top. But they started the fight on the Marcy, but they didn't really kill him instantly. It took a while before they died. But the fight kind of dragged out really long, and they got stuck in a pretty bad, like, Echo Stand eventually. Yeah. So I felt like this was like the part of the game where Tundra needed to get something out of the dagger, but they couldn't really deal with the
Okay,
triangle,
the
you
bird
know, and
actually
especially
also
the
has
Bear
an
Rider,
upgrade
Earthshaker and the
tool.
Ursa
Fuck.
together.
Maybe I should
this
try
is a
out the
perfect
bird.
example of like why Earthshaker as a hero is so high value right now. You know, you have the threat of the big echo, and with the Yasha and Kaya, he does enough damage to like with
That
the
one
Slugger,
doesn't have an
innate
upgrade, I
with,
think.
like, 1v5 your team, but also with just the fissures, like Analog was crazy disruptive of
No,
all
that
of
one
the
doesn't.
initiations that Tundra was trying to make with their timings.
Yeah, this also happened like after that, you know, they were going to fight again, you know, for the Tormentor, and they lost another fight on the Tundra side with the dagger. So these are the two big sequences I felt like Heroic just played really, really well. They anticipated the move, they brought enough heroes, especially the carry. The Ursa came in, joined the fights, and made sure that they took control of the game from here.
You can see that they understand how to play with Earthshaker really well in these clips. You can see that they're always
Analog
around
played
Fisher,
really well as
utilizing
well.
that Shaker's shard to be able to get that extra bit of a stun because the Fisher lasts.
But this was a very South American game. They were everywhere. They were constantly
really utilizing
just chasing.
Yeah, the Mars
Which is nice. And as they said, Yuma's probably the best player they could have for this team because he's such an aggressive fucking safe laner.
Especially with the Blink Dagger reveal. For this hero, you've talked about how much of a menace it is. To see it still be that menace is a support too.
Yeah, it's I mean it does so many things. Like you have the Helm Dom build, which as a carry has a lot of impact, but you also have the support build, which can jump a hero like Batrider right on top in the laning phase, like give him some way to initiate. So he went for Tranquils, and then he was gonna, I think he built into an early Drums Loose. He had that queued up.
He had it queued up, but switched to a BKB.
Switched to a BKB, so goes for the early BKB because they were focusing on very heavily considering all the kills that he had. We even saw some like bait fights where it looked like Whisper was about to get himself killed, and then they were actually like everybody on Heroic was ready for this.
And I love this Shivas that he did pick up. It allows him to get even more scouting, and this is also in the early probs that they placed before that, understanding that Tundra will
It's getting a little bit rougher now.
Try to defend Roshan because they were faking it at this time, and then Whisper blinks in, gets a really good initiation, slows everybody down with Shiva's Guard, canceling any kind of blink daggers if they have it at the time, and it just feels like this healing reduction as well that he's going for. This is not a traditional Batrider item by any means. You're playing against Pugna, you're playing against this Troll, so he's just going to get kited. And also, I think Pugna didn't really have a game at all. You're playing Shadow Demon, so your Decryptify is going to be removed. Storm Spirit did go for Orchid. Then you have a Demonic Cleanse as well from the Shadow Demon. A very, very difficult fight that they need to take post 20 minutes.
Even Earthshaker being able to interrupt his suck on the backline, it's one of those things where it's like before you had to hit the fissure on Pugna, but now because everybody's going for the aftershock increases with Earthshaker's ulti facet, pretty much throw a fissure anywhere in the fight and you're going to hit a backline Pug.
There's a high chance.
It's a very high chance.
Yeah, well, look, our standout player is definitely going to be Whisper. Everything from the early to the late, the itemization, it feels like there is nothing that we can pick apart from what he did there. It felt on the borderline perfect there, but someone we haven't really spoken too much about that I also would love to highlight is this Shadow Demon. We know just how impactful
I don't want to have
has
that
been
whip
already in this
combo,
tournament for
so
other
I
teams
don't
picking
need
him up,
that one,
but
that
now
one, or
with
that
Troll
one.
having a 100%
So I
win
need
rate,
to get
if you get
armor.
picked up, you kind of realize if Shadow Demon's in a good
I'm gonna try the
position,
armor.
this ult is redundant. It doesn't matter what items
And
you
then
get,
I
you're not
gotta
gonna be
figure
able
out
to
which
last when
ones
that ult goes off,
left
and it's
are
just a
left,
non-factor.
really.
Yeah, I think if you want to pinpoint like the biggest problem in Tundra's draft, I think they
Okay,
would
that
consider
is
the Troll to be
finally a
bit
nice
of
one.
a blunder, I guess, because like I get the idea. Troll versus Ursa in the late game is like hugely troll favored because you can dispel Ursa's overpower, and then you also the mischance Ursa doesn't like playing into. You're the one hero in Dota who can man up against Ursa. But all the other heroes you mentioned, you got the Bat in lane that's going to dumpster him. You have the SD, which is going to protect from the Troll ulti as well. So I think in a one-to-one matchup, sure. In a vacuum, sure. But that's just not how Dota works. There are other heroes.
Yeah, we said Whisper was our standout player as well. We've kind of highlighted everyone now, but Whisper was our standout player. We didn't give you guys too much insight into exactly what he was doing to give his team such a good game, but I know someone who is, and that's Purge.
Thanks, Nat. Yeah, Whisper's game was incredibly powerful in this match, and this has kind of been the way that they've been playing his hero role lately. They pick him his hero and it's not always conventional heroes. He's been picking a lot of Pudge in the first phase. He's been playing Batrider, one of his classic heroes, but not played as much this tournament. And this first double kill that they got them off to a really good start, which is something that does sometimes happen when you play weird heroes in weird lanes. Even like his Pudge lanes, where he should have been losing his lanes consistently for the matchups he was getting, they usually at least go even with some kind of wacky plays just because he's such a good player. And because they got those kills, that allows him to stay in his lane. And now Schofield ends up running towards the mid lane here at 4 minutes into the game because he knows the Batrider might get a little zoned by the Pugna, by the Troll, but he's going to be relatively fine considering the early gold advantage he got. So they're basically turning this surprise pick in this surprise lane with these two very highly skilled players into kills that allow space. So Toby on the Pugna is over here like, I gotta stay here to protect my Troll Warlord in case the Batrider tries to go on me. I gotta maybe get pulls off, but his rotations aren't going to be as effective, most likely, as what Whisper is doing. Because just by being here, Crystallis on the Troll has to worry about getting zoned. He ends up being fine on the Troll in terms of his net worth, but the Whisper's impact continues to cascade here. He gets the Wisdom Shrine at 7 minutes. He hits the level 6 at 7, which is very abnormal for an offlane hero. And then they get a little bit lucky on this net here, which allows them this nice initiation against the Troll. And once again, the Troll Pugna, they don't have stuns. All they have is slows. So against a Batrider, they're kind of in a perfect scenario here. They do misuse their skills a little bit, but the fact that they can turn this fast lasso into a kill against the enemy carry just further compounds this gold advantage that they have. And then there are some rotations by Tundra to try to kill Whisper. They don't end up working out. He creates space by dodging those ganks. He gets a free tower. And then ultimately, at this point in the game, we're only 13.5 minutes in. That extra pressure that allowed them to rotate Schofield around ends up getting the Earthshaker really high net worth. He's at the top here, so that means this Blink Dagger plus the follow-up from Whisper, who's also ahead, means a really, really easy kill on the one hero that can tempo this game well, and it's probably Storm Spirit, because Storm can do both disable damage and gap close. It's kind of a jack of all trades. So early laning stage with the weird picks, transitions to some nice kills into some map pressure, ultimately allows them to scale throughout the whole game.
A perfect formula
Explodes
there.
when bouncing and in retaliation.
Thank you so much for that one. Whisper just shining on this, and we're saying that it's this unconventional hero for an offlaner, but not when it comes to heroic. And Tundra should have been very aware of this. When they went up against each other in the road to the international playoffs, it was Batrider that got picked up against them, played in the mid
that rune trace is kind of cool.
So now I'm wondering what exactly has Tundra really learned from that last interaction, not even a week ago.
I mean, the stats is correct, right? Because whenever they're second pick, they have a very bad win rate, you know, so they're losing the game once more on the second pick side, and hopefully this time they might want to, you know, change it up and try to do something else if they are going to be on the second pick side again. But I feel like overall, maybe the main problem that I see in the game is the inability to sit on the lane, to hold on the lane. So that comes back to what Andrew mentioned, the Troll against Batrider matchup kind of makes the whole game very weird because you have to force your supports to come over to the Troll and then cause the runes to be snatched away by your opponent. So it's like, it all starts in the lane.
Boss monster
so maybe they have to go back and try to figure out, are we prioritizing too much on the mid-late game, whereas we should maybe just put a little bit more weight.
What does this actually do? I didn't read it last time.
A little too hard to get some like gotcha last
Fires
time,
with no
Troll
delay.
versus Ursa, god tier matchup that they just end up like having bad lanes. Is it that simple? Because
that's not bad.
I mean, it's also a lane where you don't play too much, right? So you're not used to it.
Yeah, we've got our teams walking out back into their booth. They've had their time to really sit and think about it there. Our game will definitely be starting very soon, but we're saying it could be as simple as the fact that they're thinking too far down the road because teams all have that longer average game time at this TI. They really focus on if we can make it there, but right now the lanes are so bad they're not making it.
Yeah, you know what we always say in that? If you can't play the lane, you can't play the game.
I thought it was win lane, lose game.
I mean, that was another one.
Yeah, it depends on if you win or you lose.
You get to pick one of the two.
Whatever is the most convenient excuse.
Yeah, you get to just use that one there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just honestly, I was not a big believer in the Troll last
Treasure.
game. I think we saw the.
Maybe we reach the 5k gold in one run this time. That would be really nice to have.
A
But don't you think that they could have maybe fixed some of the flaws by adapting a little bit more rotation to help the Storm, or maybe start the game earlier with the Tiny moving around?
I think Purge's breakdown was absolutely correct. If you do that, then Pugna goes mid, and guess what happens to Troll?
He's just dead.
He's just dead a million times. So what does he do? Go to the triangle, and then all of a sudden you Whisper free farming an entire section of the map? I think that will cause cascading issues, and
but you have to help someone. You have to decide which one to help, right? If you help the Storm could help.
If you're in a game, like, you definitely want to create that chaos.
I mean, if Storm doesn't get any farm, game's over. Troll can recover. Storm sucks, especially with that build, with the holy lock-in build. Like, the fuck is that recovery?
Pre-6 minutes, that there was an
no
observer
recovery.
board near the twin gates,
He
making
just
sure
farmed
that the
slow.
Euro rotation potentially could be scouted. They were ready for it.
He just did it.
He just did it this game. Like, he was playing Troll because they killed that tower relatively early on. You are playing Pathfinder with this facet, so you're still dealing damage to the tower as well. The tower's gonna fall relatively quickly, pre-8 minutes. And then Troll Warlord, he's not the fastest farmer in the jungle. Pugna doesn't really have a lane to go to as a position 5. He's not level 6, he's under-leveled. So a bit of a difficult situation that they got themselves into.
I mean, the thing with Pugna is, like, whenever you're Pugna, right? I don't think you want to sit and guard your carry. I think you want to go and fight the runes and blast the mid out.
Yes.
That's like the main job you have in the game in the first 10 minutes, right? If you can't do that as Pugna, you're not going to feel good in the game.
Yeah, we do have to look at that, right? Because this is a lane synergy that isn't very familiar to Chrysalis and Toby playing together, stand-in. It's not an excuse, it's just facts that we kind of have to look at, how difficult it is for them. And now it makes me wonder, do you go back to just a simple duo healer cost that is a late scaling carry, and then a strong support in lane? Something that can give them a little bit more of a stabilization that is easy and isn't so much dependent on knowing exactly how your carry plays, what they like to do. It's just making that lane.
I think they did check those boxes. Strong laner, you have Pugna and Troll. I don't think you can think about the better laners. It's one of the stronger 5s.
It's just a matchup.
Carries. It's just a bad matchup.
Yeah, just both of those heroes are countered by Bat. They picked 2 heroes countered by Bat against Whisper, Bat Rider offlane. I would like to theory craft some potential picks instead of Troll. I think Jug would have been fine.
Okay.
Jug, Pugna, decrep into spin, good magic damage. You've got a hero that can take off the Bat Rider napalm stacks. It's a classic counter to Bat.
I mean, I think the lane
synergy
might not be as important, because I think the most important thing is you need something to deal with the bad hero, lifesteal jump hero. That's it, you know, even if the support doesn't work with you, it's whatever.
Well, last time Tundra got that righted by Heroic, game number 2, they just banned it out. That might be the same solution for them, but either way, a game number 2 is where we have to head.
Tundra Esports.
I'm gonna up my luck a little bit, see if that helps. To get bigger chests.
Yeah, Bat Rider, that's going to be our biggest question here. Standout player, standout hero, everything about him works so well in a game number 1 that I don't think Tundra are going to at all let the chance for it to go back in with
You're just banning the draft. Oh, that's a classic right there.
Just straight up, you go, we're 1 game away from elimination. This is the reality Tundra are facing. And they're like, well, game 1 was so tough for us.
Let's jump into the game, or at least the draft.
Tundra Esports, turn to ban.
Standout player, standout hero, everything about him works so well in a game number 1 that I don't think Tundra are gonna at all let the chance for it to go back in with
You're just banning the draft. Oh, that's a classic right there.
Just straight up, you go, we're 1 game away from elimination. This is the reality Tundra are facing. And they're like, well, game 1 was so tough for us. That Bat Rider has to be taken out. Too much chaos. The Earthshaker has to be taken out. Too much impact.
I mean, good news, Nat. Tundra is on first pick.
I was gonna say, yep. Both teams, they love first pick. And Tundra, they got it this time.
Yeah, but on the other hand, is the trend going to continue for Heroic? Every time they win the first game, they're just going to win the second game as well. You know?
I mean, Invoker's in the pool. I don't see a reason why Tundra. They do have the first pick, so I assume they're just going to snatch it, because this hero looked very, very good. The Helm of the Dominator plus the Forge Spirit allows you to pretty much push 2 waves at the same time if you want to. You have extreme
there it is.
amount of tower damage.
I was looking for
as
the
well.
stupid chest.
It's just way too good of a hero to pass on. And
That's the face of a player that just played Shadow Demon.
Shoot this.
He doesn't need to think about anything else. Just, or maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
The balls on these guys. I love this. Win game 1, first pick the old big man. I love that.
There's going to be a lot of summons around him with the Forge Spirit, with the Helm of the Dominator as well. So not going to be the easiest target to hook in this game.
No, I mean, to be fair, Aghanim Scepter build plus Flesh Sheep, like, I know, you know, traditionally Pudge is this really squishy, low armor hero, could die to all of the summons, etc., etc. But honestly, when played as a core, which Heroic does play it as an off lane, and they go for like the Ag Shiva's build, it is good against mass summons. You cannot kill this hero through the Flesh Heap, so I actually don't mind it against Invoker. My only question is minus armor from Forge Spirits. That's a difference between like Beastmaster and Invoker, right? Is the Beast summons are not giving minus armor, the Invoker summons are.
You don't think about this, but in this current meta, Invoker is a zoo hero.
He is, yeah, 100%.
That
Oh,
you're giving me the
what's
look.
that?
I feel like you gotta explain to people. It might be tuning
Well,
in.
he does have more summons
Evolved
than
Cross
certain
can deal
summon
critical
heroes in the
damage.
game right now.
Yeah, you're getting like 2, 3, 4 spirits.
I mean, don't forget the buff, you know, Alacrity is...
Yeah, with the Shard also creating more Forge Spirits, plus Helm of the Dominator as well.
Yeah, that's where I was going with the Helm of Dominator. We haven't seen BZM
Ooh, I
play
have
Invoker
taken some
and go
damage
for
here.
the Helm of the Dominator. It's definitely not out of the realms of what they think is good.
These are good scaling items on Invoker too. Like they give good stats for him as well. Like, he kind of wanted an excuse to go for items like this before.
Heroics.
I mean, could this also be caused by Midas being nerfed a lot? Because Midas has always been an early game item for Invoker.
That's true. It's a good excuse to get something that's giving you the XP boost. Because if you get to like late game in terms of XP on Invoker, you just win. That's how it feels. Like late game Invoker is insane.
Well, you were right, Jenkins. KJ having a bit of a snooze in the boots because he was playing Shadow Demon game 1. He said, guys, just pick it from me game 2. There is nothing else. I don't need another hero. I played well. We won it. Run it back.
I
see some
mean,
kind of a setup for this
Shadow
Invoker.
Demon
They did pair it up with
Pudge
like
is
Shadow
a filthy
Shaman earlier.
combo.
I think Sanking is going to be an okay one. This Monkey King we talked about earlier in the series is potentially coming out from position 4 if they want to go for it, but also being able to break the combo with the Silencer, having this global presence, Monkey scouting things out just with one Boundless Strike. This is how Tundra back in the days when they won their first TI also did play. This is going to be position 4 Monkey because this was 33 playing some Dead Prophet, Monkey King position 4, and Monkey position 4 is back in meta, as we saw yesterday. T-Vision.
I mean, that's 9 class.
Other teams showing it as well. So Tundra, I think this is the team that can adapt the quickest in terms of how they want to play the game after losing the game. Ooh, this is nasty.
What?
Oh, what the frick are they doing on their
But
own?
it's like that last pick, you know,
Yeah, this is like the Invoker counter. Like it used to be Invoker counter, and Silencer also kind of does nothing against the creeps. And I was gonna praise Tundra for their opening, their second phase picks with the Monkey and Silencer having a Flex pick and Silencer to counter the SD and a Punch. And now with the Brood coming up, it kind of complicates things, you know. Are you gonna be able to deal with the spiders? And
Yes.
it's gonna get complicated, you know.
Yeah, you need something. I think you need this type of a hero that I mentioned. I think they need an extra stun, so going for a hero like a Sanking could be pretty good for them. This is the hero that can park himself where Brood Mother is. Either that, or I think Axe is also
I mean, would
a
you
good one.
consider like just putting the Monkey King against the Brood? You know?
See, that's what I was thinking. Like, I know Invoker position 4 and trollable pumps was a thing prior to TI. You want to see BZM Invoker though, just in general, especially with this new build people are doing.
Always
But I agree,
interesting.
like traditionally, an old counter to Brood was Monkey King because, I mean, any hero that has scaling damage that's in an AoE that can kill the spiders is good. Like Tiny and Monkey King, you can just kill the massive spiders and it's not a huge problem.
They have a triple save right now. You have Hook, you have Shadow Demon with the Disruption, Tusk with the Snowball as well. Brood Mother is not the easiest hero to catch.
Yep, there we go. The Sand King, someone to park in the Brood's
Sand
lane.
King Silencer. I mean, okay, Sand King is obviously
It's
good
also a setup for
against
Invoker. I
Brood,
think that does
but
allow you, like Silencer plus Sand King is the old school combo. It goes way back 20 years of Dota. It's just
I'm curious
pretty
to see
easy
how this
to
is gonna
execute
go.
these type of executions. Now have Invoker, Monkey King, so the overwhelming team. Like Heroic doesn't have team fight at all. Like they need this snowball pretty
the
heavily.
early game is gonna be like quite a test, you know, for Tundra because this Brood and Tusk, they are gonna cause a lot of problems to Silencer. So right now, the biggest question for Tundra is: do we actually move the Monkey King to a core, or can we actually deal with this SD and Tusk pressure in the early game with this Monkey King Silencer duo? Which I'm not very sure because Monkey King Silencer doesn't feel like it's gonna be able to deal with this Tusk SD in the early game. And if you can't deal with the supports, pressure in the early game, it means that you're going to lose out on the runes, and you're going to lose on the map, and maybe we're going to see a repeat of game 1. So that has got to be in their mind.
I agree.
I'm a little bit worried
Like,
with that
you
brood
see
pick
Monkey
coming
King and
in.
you're like, he's gonna play it, but I totally agree. Like, I think SD versus Monkey as a core is just a little too hard.
I actually maybe would want them to put the Monkey as a core, but pick a support that can deal with Brood, maybe like a Spirit Breaker, even though the SD is going to deal with the Monkey later. But I feel that like the early game, the problems they had in the early game in the previous game might happen again, so they need
Very
a support
likely
that can
brood
at
carry
least
for you,
mirror what the Tusk and
Though
SD is
Whisper
doing, and at
could
the same time
probably play it
maybe
as
deal with
well,
the Brood,
to be
which
fair.
I feel like Spirit Breaker could be a suitable answer here.
Oh, I love the SB in a vacuum, but against SD,
Like
it's
Yuma
another hero that can
safely
purge the status
fudge
resistance.
ain't
I
too
think something
surprising.
simple like a Snapfire could be really good. It gets you over the shards. It
I don't
gives
know
you
if
damage
Analog
to
can
kill the
play
Brood
Brood,
Mother
though.
as well. The 1-2 pairing with the Sanking, and they do ban it out.
Yeah, they're thinking along the same lines as you guys. There is just something so synonymous about Chrysalis and this Monkey King that they're thinking comfort on the verge of elimination. Do you really
You do
think
not
that-
want, yeah, you don't want to overcomplicate the draft. I think Heroic is doing exactly that
Yeah.
because these combination of these 4 heroes, I don't think we've seen them in, I would say, a couple of years because it just doesn't happen.
It's not easy to execute this. This is a hard draft for Heroic to play, so I really do respect it, but Tundra, in my opinion, it feels
I
like
mean,
they
it
have the
feels
upper
very
hand, at
much
least in
like
terms of
a
what
run
he's
at you
doing
draft
right
like
now.
they did game 1.
If they can survive the early game.
Yeah,
I
do
walked
feel like
into
if,
boss monster
they
and
can
I
do well
died
in the early game
like
for
a bitch.
Heroic,
Okay.
I think it's gonna be like a very straightforward game. They're gonna pressure, take the map with the Brood. So for Tundra, it's gonna
Sometimes you just don't
be
pay
up to them to
attention.
decide where this Monkey King is gonna go right now. It's gonna be a tough decision here. They're gonna have some time here to figure things out.
Esports turn
Ban
to
on Lifestealer.
I mean, if you want to catch, I think Disruptor is a good one. He's still in the pool. You can play
I
him
mean, there's still
4 or
the
5,
there's still
and
the
it doesn't.
Tiny they had last game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like Tiny is just a fine.
He's fine as well, yeah.
Yeah, one of the better setup for Sunstrike, level 1 with the stun.
Okay, we got a carry Underlord.
Wait,
Crystal's carry Underlord. I mean, it's a
Most likely.
It's a brute answer.
yeah.
It also destroys Tusk. Like, you can never blink snowball save
Yeah,
anyone when
this-
you're playing against Underlord. You do have Cleave.
This is a very
10
good solution here.
seconds remaining.
I'm curious about the Underlord Pudge lane. I can't say that I've seen that one before.
That is actually not a fun lane. I think that lane is going to be annoying because Pudge does a lot of magic damage to you.
But Underlord has a lot of right-click damage.
So does Pudge with Rotten
But
Before.
that's true, actually. You might be able to 1v1 that.
I think the lane should be in favor of the Pudge.
That's kind of where I was leaning too. But for the game, this is definitely really good. They've answers to the Broodmother.
Yeah, they have a lot of
Heroic
answers
is really
to the
lacking
brood.
team fight right now. So I wonder, do they pick a carry that
As team
fixes
fight.
that?
A Gyro Luna type of hero.
I mean, it could also be a Brood carry still.
It feels like both of these teams still have that potential to mix things up at the last moment. We're gonna wait to see what Heroic think exactly for themselves.
I think I kind of like the Gyro Luna SF kind of hero. Right now, it gives them like the presence in a team fight because their heroes right now they're all single targets.
Imagine they just. Okay, I was gonna say.
Wait,
meep.
what?
Choose your hero.
Brood is carry?
We gotta wait. Hopefully these guys are gonna start picking. It is a
no.
Pudge carry.
Pudge carry.
It's a
Pudge
Pudge carry.
carry.
Versus Underlord carry.
Yep.
What a time to be alive.
Okay, Whisper Phoenix. I mean, that should hypothetically do very
Okay.
well in lane against an Underlord.
Okay,
We talked about the magic damage of a Pudge.
I like
Phoenix may
this.
be one
I'm
of the few heroes that
a
does more
heroic
than
stan
that
here.
from
I'm
a
a go
range as
heroic
well.
game too.
Yeah, they're basically trying to find a replicate to what happened in the first game. Like Bat Rider is like a hero
I
that
think.
can present a lot.
Do I
with
think
the
so?
early Game, with the Marcy last game. Right now they have a similar setup with the Phoenix and Tusk. So they are having a very similar game plan where they want to try to pressure the lane to a point where Tundra has to rotate a lot of heroes to one side of the map, and they're gonna take full control with like the Brood.
Heroic, they need to win the lanes. Like, they need to heavily snowball because this lineup, it can't really team fight against Tundra. They also have a bit of a global presence, not just a bit of a. You have Underlord with his ulti, you have Invoker, you have Silencer as well, so they can disengage a team fight, bring the numbers relatively easy. Heroic is in a very tough spot, I would say. If the lanes don't go well, this is just a super strong draft coming out from Tundra, and they adapted really well after what happened in that game number 1.
What about this Monkey King position 4, though? Someone that we have seen it on is 9 class. He's very chaotic. It sucks they're going to be playing it the same way. Is there even a different way to play Monkey?
No, I think 9 class figured it out. And I think Soxa has that respect for 9 class that he's just going to... He probably watched those replays and he's like, okay, I see. This is really good. He's going to do the exact same thing. I agree with full cost. I feel like this is a very high degree of like difficult execution for Heroic. I respect that they did it. I think it's really cool. If they win, it'll be in a very flashy, stompy way.
I mean, I do agree. I do think I'm quickly gonna put it on like follow the broadcaster's camera, because I'm quickly gonna buy it and then quickly gonna come back and then doing other stuff.
Prepare for battle. "30 seconds to battle."
It feels good to be this good.
Oi, Philippines! Philippines! Woo! Oi, Philippines! Philippines! Woo!
The battle begins.
See if it counts!
如果呢？又能怎？如果呢？又能怎？
You have done a great service.
I won't be doing
Dire's
all
turret
4 series
has been
today.
killed.
Denied.
I'll do this series. And during the next series, I'm going to the store, and then I will probably be back for the 3rd series. Because I need to buy cake for the GF. Analog just wants high fives the entire time. Such a nice guy. Schofield playing Tusk is a big plus for them.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But bottom lane, I mean, oh, you can't really contest this, can you? No. Well, actually, 33 walks away. Yuma thinks he can, but the problem is KJ wasn't there anywhere nearby to help out. Get some mango though, so he can at least hook. Toby dies to Whisper top side. Icarus dive onto Chrysalis, but Chrysalis managed to take down Whisper and continue his farming frenzy. The only thing that I think could be problematic would be damage output this game for Heroic, but I think the Phoenix last pick actually fixes that with Sunray, because it does percentage-based damage, so it is really good against tanky heroes. And BZM is going Helm of the Dominator, so he's going like Helm of the Dominator, Drums, BKB or whatever, which is what a lot of Storms are going for at the moment. And Underlord and obviously Sand are just bulky. And that is something that Pudge is very good against, but also Phoenix is really good against. Brood significantly less so, but he can chase after the supports as you can just find Monkey in the trees. Not 5 Shadow Poison stacks, that's a lot of damage.
Got it.
On to 33. But they also have multiple heroes that can find you in the trees. They've got the Tusk who's good at that. They've got Shadow Demon who's good at that. Pudge can hook you from all 5 heroes on Heroic can catch you in the trees.
Radiant are scanning.
Chrysalis is currently top net with power treads already done 5 minutes in. One of the most annoying things to deal with is silencer for Phoenix if you don't have your ulti. Because if you Icarus dive, you just get silenced and you just fly back. It's kind of stupid. Oh, BZM in mid. It's harassed, but immediately the TP from Toby to help us. Schofield was behind, so they were still looking for that fight. Actually, they're going to go in onto Analog here. KJ has disruption to try and save Analog, possibly if need be. But Analog should be still fine. Has level 2 Insatiable Hunger, so can heal up if he gets some creeps anywhere in the vicinity. But the healing self plus Tango should be enough.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Toby is being a little bit of a prick here. And Insatiable Hunger is completely gone, essentially. So Brood's getting bullied back. And he also has to get to a point of being careful of Sunstrikes and maybe a Saxa rotation. As Chrysalis, though, gets taken down by Yuma topside. Okay, that's a very deep Pud chase. But, definitely worthwhile. Was it if I... yeah?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And he's going to take the gateway back. Got himself a healing Lotus gifted by Whisper. But still, 33 is getting a lot of farm, and that is a huge plus. BZM is going for the Helm of the Dominator. Chrysalis is straight up just jungling at this stage. Oh, Whisper, gotta be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to use the egg for obvious reasons, but he also needs to be careful that he doesn't get randomly bound and struck by Saxa. Icarus dive to the side. Trying to group up with Schofield. Oh, this is so dangerous. But they're gonna go back in. Doesn't pop the Phoenix egg though. Ooh. You know the problem there I think he was casting the Phoenix Egg, but Last Word hits you before you cast the spell. So he took the damage before he casted his egg, and he took too much magic damage there. So that was a juicy fat mistake. I was poor, Brood so poor against Invoker. I don't think Analog is really a Broodmother main, first of all, but Brood used to be really good against Invoker. I mean, it still is, because you can't dispel Insatiable Hunger. They're going in onto Toby, get that kill. And luckily enough, Yuma is making up for the weakness of their mid lane. However, there's the Gateway coming in. 33 is here as well. Chasing. Can they get any catches, though? Gateway used. Tier 1 tower lost. They got a kill and they get out. With Yuma already having a piece of his Ags done.
Dire's top tower is under
But yeah, it's Broodmother doesn't become good at farming or playing against Fokker until he gets his level 6, which he now has, and obviously the tier 1 tower has died immediately because of it. Ribbit just to keep the freaking thingamajig alive. Well, BCM, like, yeah, he steals a spiderling right. I knew he was going to do that to make sure he doesn't give away the 100. Zaxa, in the meantime, dies to another Yuma rotation. Dude, Yuma is everywhere. Any team that, like, God, it's so nice to see such a heavy influence fighting safe laner. So if Heroic wins this, my entire prediction, well, not my entire prediction, at least can't get 100% anymore. But Analog dies to Toby. Global Silence gets used. 33 gonna stay alive. Sunstrike is gonna connect onto KJ. And they find 2 kills there on the side of Tundra. Chrysalis has got the Mask of Madness now. Whisper has a Spirit Vessel done. It's going Shiva's Yuma. It's going Axe Gateway TP. Yeah, that's gonna get cancelled, but it also does fear you for everything that is holy, that he takes the Gateway out. Ooh, Whisper, gotta be careful of the cleave. And also of that pesky little Toby on the silencer. Is anyone even building the spell on this Radiant team? I mean, I guess the shard from KJ, but you have to preemptively use it. Does KJ have a... No, he doesn't have a tree cutting tool. A Whisper top net worth on the Phoenix, farming very nicely this game.
Dire are scanning.
KJ gonna get gone on. Disruption, try and keep himself alive, but a fat meatball in response will take him down. However, there is going to be Yuma going for Sax as Sunstrike comes out. Yuma's going to chase deeper, but Yuma's actually the one in a bit of trouble there. Walrus Punch. Is it going to be enough? No, Sax dodges the damage with a Mischief. However, that should be enough to kill him off as Whisper did TP through. Yuma has been running around with less than a desirable HP for a long time. They're going to smoke up looking for more of a fight. 33, does he have Blink? Yes, he does. So this is a good catch attempt to kill off Whisper on that Phoenix. They need Schofield to tank the smoke gank. Make sure that they don't get the Epi burrow in onto the Phoenix, because that would be a pretty big kill to secure. Well, they are going to go in onto Schofield. Icarus dive forward. Snowball onto the BZM creep. Just dropping low. Boundless Strike comes out. Schofield is dead. Whisper needs to be careful as they are chasing. There is the Blink Burrow. Phoenix Egg gets used immediately. Silence came out a bit late, but they do take down the egg easily because there is no one there to help out, and that is a great double kill coming out
Radiant's
for
bottom
Tundra.
tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, this is getting very dicey.
Radiant's
For heroic.
bottom tower
Kukernet
has
will
fallen.
lead. I think Tundra will be able to turn this game in their favor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ursula is going for the Echo Saber, which eventually will turn into the Harpoon.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, Broodmother is still bottom of all the cores, which is not great. Oh. Okay, I mean, that's actually not a bad facet this game.
Are scanning.
But no Cataclysm. Which is interesting considering you're playing with an Underlord and a Monkey King, so normally you'd want to have Cataclysm in such a game. But Saxa is going to be that extra core, as he's already got the Helm of the Dominator done. And he's going to be able to get very solid farm.
Radiant are scanning.
33, looking to get a jump. Whisper, of course, playing with half HP seems very juicy to try and take. Analog's close to the Orchid. Then we've got almost Ags on Yuma. I'm wondering if they'll go off of the back of that, or if they'll still just wait it out for a bit longer and see if Tundra are the ones aggressing. Wow. Yuma, wow. Well, he does have his Ags now finished, but Ags does not give him sustain, it just gives the enemy healing reduction. A lot of healing reduction this game, though. Is going to be coming in. Global Silence onto Whisper. Phoenix is dead. Schofield runs away, and another good kill, but Phoenix is really going to need like a Lotus Orb later. Schofield? Has a Mask of Madness Echo Saber Underlord right next to him. Underward Vision. Top side though, Yuma is in trouble. KJ is trying to help out Demonic Purge. Yuma sidestep. Can he get away is the question, because 33 is in the area and 33's got the burrow. Misses the burrow. That actually is a good chance for Yuma to go for the TP out. Chrysalis gets taken down by Analog in the meantime, bottom lane, and Yuma is running to Narnia. TP's coming through as well from Schofield. Snowball chasing onto 33. Will they be able to kill him off? Walrus Punch is there. 33 is dead. Sax is going to get Orchided up. And Yuma still alive and kicking. Nearby will manage to try and dodge the Sunstrike. Doesn't dodge it, but doesn't die either. And a fat. They kill off Chrysalis bottom lane and then get two more topside. Great rotations coming out. So now Schofield is in a pickle. Meatball comes out underneath the snowball. Analog is nearby, but they can't kill off Schofield. Or can they? No.
Come and fight me.
Yuba 4, 0, and 3. We already saw pretty much how tanky he was. Obviously, there was no Chrysalis in that fight, and Chrysalis has quite a lot of attack speed with that Mask of Madness Echo Saber combination. Topside, they're going to go for 33. Phoenix gets dropped. He dies in the Orchid as the burn is too much. Whisper closing in on towards the Shivas. And really, without Global Silence, the Dire side has struggles. I have, oh sorry, it doesn't show there. I have a heroic for game 2. Which is weird. Because, in my predictions, in Dota, I have Tundra taking this series. Can Pudge carry this shit late game? Yes. Yes, I do think so. And it's not just because of Pudge. I think it's mainly because of the Phoenix. And a Midas? But I think the Phoenix specifically, so good this game. They have attack speed now against the Egg, which is really good for them. But Sunray percentage-based damage against a Underlord, Sand King, and healing up a Pudge is amazing.
Radiant are scanning.
Top side. Analog, gotta be careful. They're chasing. There's also the Ravage creep here from BZM now. And he's trying to go for the gateway. But, yeah. Oh no, Saxa came in response, and Analog will get caught on the Brood Bomb. As Toby will get himself his 7th int. Also very important, in a minute and 15 Tormentors respawns.
Got it.
True. Though, yesterday we saw that Ags go completely nuts, but that was just because it was a support Phoenix. Core Phoenix is significantly different from that approach.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Yuma. Eat them up. Epicenter though, he's dead. Snowball comes out too late. Can they get any response going here? Whispers in the area, die for it. Global silence gets used. 33 has a burrow, but he's gonna die. However, Yuma losing his life is painful. That's his first death of the game. But the Pudge has fallen. And that means BZM has the money now for his own Aghanim Scepter, which is the weird freezing, the ice wall thingy. Sax is going to be the pipe builder, as they need a pipe. There's a lot of magic damage at this point in the game. Amplified damage rune in the river. They're going to smoke up with the first usage of the ice wall as planned.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Fight breaking out. Wukong's command comes down. KJ is being left behind, and KJ is dead. But they're looking for Sax. However, he's very elusive on the monkey. And yeah, they're not going to be able to catch him because he can just keep jumping.
Oh, I feel better already.
Gotta love monkey.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Crystal is now top net with BZM second. Saxa is also getting really farmed. Schofield's not going for a blink. KJ is not going for a blink. Last game, they went for, I think, 4, maybe 5 blinks on the side of Heroic. This game, I don't think a single one. Okay, eventually Yuma's going to go for a blink, but yeah, that might just be the only one. They have a Lotus Orb now on the Sand King. The problem for Whisper is global silence.
Radiant are scanning.
Yep, Whisper dead. He needs Lotus. He just can't do anything without Lotus. Or any other Dispel. But I doubt he'll go Manta style on fucking Silencer. On Phoenix. And that is going to be the Tormentor go into Tundra. So that will be a decent amount of money. as they get the free shard for Sand King, which is pretty good for farming speed. They're gonna... Everyone else is TPing out but Chrysalis. And that's gonna cost him his 9-second BKB as well, as they will get the quick bounce in. TP out. The rest of the team did manage to get out. Analog TP's bottom lane is going to pop the BKB, going in for the Saksa kill. Can he finish him off? Yes, he can. There is a 33 nearby. They know there's no BKB on Analog. They're going to go for the Epi Burrow play here. Whisper, can he help out his... No, he can't do diddly squat. He's trying to get a chase in on any more of his enemies, but they are just going to be able to stay alive and walk it off. Sunstrike actually not going to connect onto Whispers, taking a heap of damage in the process. Backline chase. KJ is here going for BZM. Would be huge if they can secure that kill. He's going to get held in place. Snowball in onto him. There's the Phoenix Egg as well. And TP attempt not going to work out. BZM a 6 kill streak picked up. That's 33. Oh, Schofield does have a gem. They will also find a random Toby kill for Yuma.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And, I mean, KJ kind of saved that fight. Into the pit they go, I think. They don't have the greatest Roche lineup at all, but I guess tag team. Well, does he get the debuff from Shadow? Oh, yeah, he does get the Shadow Poison, the Menace debuff. That's actually kind of cool. He takes a... I kind of dig that. That's kind of cool that Shadow Demon is so good at taking Roche. On the side. Oh, that's no 4-staff from Schofield onto the high ground. I also like the fact that he went for 4-staff this game instead of Blink Dagger. I understand why Blink... I mean, I love Blink Dagger first of all. It's easier to catch, for instance, the Monkey King. But the 4-staff is so freaking good against Roots. Anything Voker really has, which includes his Aghanim Scepter. Honestly, just to dodge and weave around the fight. No defensive item on Phoenix is crazy. What did he just buy? Oh, BKB. Well, there's your defensive item.
Radiant are scanning.
Echo Saber done on Brood. Oh, Whisper dives away. Global Silence comes out. Pops the BKB, chasing in after 33. He doesn't have a burrow for a couple more seconds. Yuma's charging forward. He's dead. And there's the first reveal of the BKB coming in clutch.
Regeneration.
Underlord is one of those heroes that becomes really scary late game if he can hit enemies. But that's always like if he can hit enemies.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, BZM. In the trees. Can they catch him? KJ is going for 4-staff as well. Oh, BZM is just in range. And there's the observer on the other side. BZM is going to get spotted out. KJ is going to go in. Gets a catch. Demonic Purge as well. Drive-by by Whisper. Just a drive-by like... KJ has done so much so far this game for his team.
Radiant's middle tower
Like, actually has caught... He's caught BZM twice. The only deaths BZM has are those 2 deaths from that were initiated by KJ. Yuma, he's got Blink. He's going Refresher. Double VKB in the team fight. I think Toby, okay, he's going hand up. Who actually, okay, Gem is on Yuma, that explains. Because it was like, I know Schofield had a Gem, but it vanished somehow. Oh, my lord, Saxa. You get Orchided, you die. But he doesn't get Orchided, and there is no Quelling Blade for Analog either.
Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
I mean, the Underlord does do a lot of damage. It's just the question... Oh, smoke up.
Illusion.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Toby is going to be the first one spotted. That's the Global Silence dead. Does have a buyback. Crystallis, though, finally gets a chance to go for some right clicks. Yuma gets a Lotus Orb, Spell Reflect, Global Silence used as well. They're trying to back away here on the side of Heroic. Doesn't seem to be that easy. Yuma still has the Aegis for another 45 seconds. 33 coming in with the Epicenter. BKB used by Whisper. Doesn't really care about the Epicenter. Yuma still is... he wants to lose that first life. Sox is going to be the target, but Force Staff doesn't get him away. No, he's going to get taken down 50 seconds. No buyback. And the Phoenix Egg used to reset the fight, so it should be backing off. Moment. Crystallis is going to get hooked on the side, though. Nice tornado. Crystallis is losing a lot of HP, and Yuma is just mowing him down. No right clicks coming through. Whisper in response might lose his life. Demonic Disruption keeping him alive for a little bit longer. The Sunstrike is going to come out. It's not going to connect, but the Burrow is. Whisper is dead. Teleport to Temp, but Yuma hooks him down. Goes for Toby next, who just bought back into this fight. And the only one left alive is that pesky BZM, who does manage to kill off KJ at the very end with his Fire Remnants. What a fat win there. And yeah, this Yuma Pudge is fat. I mean, the thing with Pudge is now he actually does do a lot of right-click damage as well. Look at that. He does like 300 auto attack damage because of fucking Rot. Wondering how much his max is.
Invisibility.
Yeah, he does double damage essentially with the Rot. And with Refresher, which he is close to finishing, he'll actually have a lot more upkeep with being able to keep up the mana and HP. Might need to get like some spell steal somewhere just to keep healing in the fights a little bit, so you can just perma toggle on Rot. And while we've been focusing on him, completely not paying attention to Analog, who is now top of the net width chart. Saxa is still very farmed, has Diffusal Blade, that's a nice one. Is going back for the pipe a little bit later down the line. Toby's got still only 4 staff. KJ's got his own 4 staff plus shard, which he got from no, the Dire got Tormentor. Monkey King got a... No, it was actually 33 that got a free shard.
Radiant are scanning.
And they're just waiting for Tormentor to respawn on the Radiant side. And get a free shard. They have a gem on the Sand King. Yuma still has his own gem. He has Refresher now. So that is ult, like pop your ulti, pop the BKB, global gets used, pop BKB again, and then, sorry, Refresher BKB, nom nom nom. Global Silence, you don't even, okay, he pops his first BKB, chasing in after 33, the Refresher used. Yuma goes for the hook there, probably could have kept that one in the bag to maybe hook Crystallis. If you hook Crystallis, that would have been huge because they would not have a way to interrupt another nom nom. That should open up Tormentor here for the side of Heroic. KJ going guarding Greaves. They need, this is what they need. They need, ooh, Tormentor is up. They are gonna go for it. Yuma gets a free shard. Upgrades his hook, which is kind of cool.
Dire are scanning.
Damage based on distance pulled. Yuma's just gonna jump in. Okay. Catch from Schofield on the backline. BZM. Boundless Strike comes out. Icarus dive forward. Snowball on the creep wave that's just passing by. Schofield dodges all the spells. Whisper needs to be a little bit careful, but he's still feeling confident. Hook is going right through the middle there by Yuma. That's so classic. You see two targets, you're like, I'm gonna grab them both, and then you miss both. Schofield is still being a nuisance here. Yuma goes in, finds Toby, and they catch more. Chrysalis and BZM are here, but 33 joins the fun soon enough as well. Whisper in the trees. If he popped the egg, that would have actually dropped Saxa, who is still chasing. That should be the end of the fight. How far is Refresher? Still 70 seconds. Oh, they're trying to go in. Silence gets thrown out. Saxa is going to get dragged back. In response, though, they will manage to take down the Tuscaroo. 33 still has Epi. The Pulse 4s got traded. BZM gonna get eaten. Did pop the BKB in time. Global Silence does get used. And they... Chrysalis does do quite a lot of damage. Oh, the range was almost there for Yuma. Ooh, that was close. But I mean, that should have been the end of the fight, right? I don't really think they can do much more in the area. Yeah, Dire team bails out. Tundra not gonna continue.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, the tree gets cut by Whisper immediately. Wow. Demonic Purge on Chrysalis. Gotta get hooked up by Yuma. Chrysalis does do quite a lot of right click. Oh my god, a lot of right click. Lotus Orb Spell Reflect as well from 33. Means the Dismember doesn't work out. BKB has ended though. Hook gets Analog out of harm's way. Yuma is still going back into man fight up against Chrysalis. Phoenix Egg is there. Epicenter comes out from 33. Does get the cast off. There's the snowball dodge. And he's going to chase in after BSM. Whisper has a second Phoenix Egg available. Second dive comes in. Is going to chase for more Sunray burn damage. 33 in trouble. 33 ticking down. The second BKB of Whisper keeps him going as well. And it is only BSM surviving. What a wild fight. I mean, Heroic are playing... Honestly... probably the best fighting lineup at TI. I'm not saying they're the best lineup. I'm saying they're the fucking best fighting lineup. Because, Jesus, these fights. The in and out, the tag, tic-tac-toe, all over the place. They just dodge so much. And yeah, they're missing a couple of spells here and there, but... over, like, Schofield in that fight dodged like 17 fucking spells. And then comes Whisper with the double dive, Phoenix Egg. BZM doing? I mean, it's just not an easy game for BZM because Pudge is so fat and big. Like my big old balls. By the way, go get the cake and foods, man. You need to rush, man. I mean, I will.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, there comes the EMP, but Yuma with the hook, of course, he has the shard, so the hook is on a 6-second cooldown if you have shard and hook your own teammates. And that's also a very filthy way of ground sieging, just hook every single time. It gets a little bit dicey, but they are smoking all the way around. Toby's trying to go for... oh.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Good Mama does get hooked back. And log on the run. There's a monkey chasing. Found the strike. Yuma is not even going to risk it. Pops the BKB immediately. Misses the hook there. 33 wants to go in. They wait until Yuma pops his second with the refresher there. And very afraid of this fight. No second BKB here for the Pudge, so he's just going to TP away. That's a super defensive play coming out from Heroic. They don't want to get initiated on, which is understandable.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's top
For the boost on
tower is
Underlord,
under
plus
attack.
700 damage. The PCM keep boosting Underlord. Yeah. But the problem is, you got Snowball Save, Walrus Punch, Demonic Purge, Disruption, Phoenix Egg. You also have Pudge with this. Like, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spells essentially that either hinder him or pierce BKB. So the problem for Underlord is it's a great hero if you can hit people, but it's a shit hero if they kite you, and they kite the Underlord very, very easily. Like, he jumps someone, that someone gets snowball saved, or disrupted, or it's the Phoenix and he just eggs. Like that. And they have Global Silence currently as their only BKB piercing spell. I guess Sunstrike, but not really. So this, he just can't get the normal hits off. For now. Tormentor should be up soon, which... Phoenix still doesn't have the shard. Nuts. That the Phoenix doesn't have a shard yet.
Dire are scanning.
Level 25. Oh! Went for the base attack time reduction. How fast does he actually auto attack then? Hit something. I want to see how much 0.25% BAT reduction actually is. Oh, Saxa. Both Shrine of Wisdoms go to heroic favor. And that Tormentor, I mean, it should spawn now, right? Show levels. Is that you? I don't even know what the fucking button is for levels. Ah, there we go. Whisper also level 25, Supernova hit count, Analog, base attack time, Yuma, dismember damage and heal. Ooh, Saxon misses the Bounder Strike, Schofield gets the catch, Jason. And that's a very dead monkey. 33 is close as level 25, which is that he went for the epicenter, for the burrow strike cooldown instead of the AoE epicenter shit? Really? Analog just blows it up. Oh, Schofield gets a free shard. Whisper did buy his shard. And is ready to buy the Scythe of Ice, but he's keeping buyback money at the moment. Schofield's going for the ads. And this is so beautiful. Whisper the +3 Phoenix is actually top net worth. That's kind of wild. I mean, it's a very good Phoenix game, but still. Safely Pudge, Broodmother mid, and then your fucking Phoenix is top net worth. But Chrysalis does do a lot. Once he gets Daedalus, the fights can hurt really heavily. Paravision will face Ame, Satanic Maulding, bro. I wholeheartedly believe Paravision's gonna beat is gonna beat their asses. Yuma got spotted. Dive in by the Phoenix. Whisper's in a lot of trouble. Great burrow from 33. Whisper, can he get himself out of there? Pops the globe. Oh, pops the egg. He's going to get his egg taken out. BZM in response is dead, though. Wukong Command comes down. BZM buys back. So does the Phoenix. They're going to eat up Chrysalis on the side. Underlord gets munched on. Burn is there as well, but can they even keep him alive in this case? I don't think it's possible. He can't heal enough. Another dive gets interrupted in the meantime. Whisper needs to be careful that he doesn't get a dieback going in his direction. Does still have another egg available, 33. They're going for the Phoenix. Do they have attack speed to take it down? It looks close, but it looks not close enough. And now Chrysalis is going to have to go for the man fight here. Toby is in the backline. They managed to already get a dieback going, jumping in onto Chrysalis. Chrysalis is very low. He's trying to stay alive. Ticking away, is going to get taken down. Dieback on BZM and Chrysalis. And 33, last man core standing, is gonna lose his life. That's 3 dead cores. And that should be GG with Heroic. Very likely top 6 at the very least. Taking down Tundra. Because there's no chance you can do anything here. They lose Monkey Saxa at the end. GG gets called. And Heroic goes nutty. What a draft, what a lineup, what a win! That screws up my predictions. Fuck. Oh, that's pretty cool. How much damage did he actually do? Whisper did 800 healing. 800 was the healing that he did on Phoenix with a Pudge in your team. But he did 31k damage on the enemies. Big dicks all around. Big dicks all around. Okay, so for the next series, I'm going to be gone for a little bit.
A game, let alone the series, against Heroic. I mean, moving forward, right, Heroic, they're going to be a pretty nasty team to try and draft against, right? When they're able to pull this sort of stuff out. It's like, are you banning the Pudge? The flexibility they have with it is pretty ridiculous.
Do I leave the stream on, or will I...
I mean, Moon said it himself, too. Yeah.
Do I leave the stream on? But I'm going to be gone for like an hour or so. I'm going to leave the stream on. I'm going to be, do the stuff. And then when I get back, hopefully I'll see you guys. I'll leave the stream on.
And Analog in particular, he stepped it up massively. A beautiful 2 games from him. And to come in with something like this, Brood, again, you got to remember, came in as the third pick and still had an incredible impact with this mid Brood. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Heroic moving on.
I'm going to turn off the stream, and I'm going to do my stuff. And then when I'm back, I am probably back for the second map of the upcoming series.
Top 6 at TI,
and otherwise I will be back for